Brewster.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
You won and I died.
I feel a rosy air.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
How's it hanging, Phil?
What's the prime time, bitch?
Come and get it. So either put the gun down now or kiss your ass goodbye.
Let's get this party started.
I agree, Dana. Let's get this party started. So, welcome back to Sledgehammer Horror, guys. I am Ken Sledge.
And I'm Ashley Sledge.
And let's talk haunted house horror. So, today, you guys may have noticed, we are joined by two fresh faces to the channel. We are joined by Stephanie and Courtney, and they are the co-host of Their Tipsy and Terrified podcast. How you doing tonight, ladies?
Hey, I'm doing
Great.
good.
Good. How are you? We're good.
We are very good.
Excited to talk some haunted houses.
Yes,
Yeah,
we very
thanks for
much
having
are.
us.
Yeah,
It's truly
absolutely.
our honor. So they're Terrified and Tipsy. Can you guys tell us a little bit about what you do over at the podcast?
Sure. Well, it started because Courtney loves scary movies. Everything horror. She doesn't get scared easily at all. And I absolutely hate scary movies. I get scared so easily by everything. So we thought it would be really funny with our opposing feelings on scary movies to just make me as uncomfortable as possible and watch scary movies separately. And then we record episodes together, recapping them, giving our opinions, and kind of dissecting them a bit.
Yeah, I basically got her to do the podcast with alcoholic beverages.
I was
Private
going to say
wine.
that the tipsy has to come in somewhere.
Yeah, it's needed with some movies for sure. Like it needs to take the edge off a little bit. So it's
Right.
necessary. Mhm.
Well, and the cool thing about that is, like, even if you're not a horror fan, to come into the genre with such an open mind and have a good time. I was able to hook up with these ladies by doing my first horror movie episode, which will be out in a couple weeks. I'm very excited for you guys to see that. Now, I do have all of their links down in the description, their website, their Facebook, their Instagram, everything. So make sure you're following them on social media. Make sure you're subscribing to their podcast so you can listen to them get tipsy and terrified all at the same time. So, we want to catch up on the chat before we get started. But before any of that, next week, we're doing our top 10 favorite possession horror movies. So if you see a movie that's not on the list, you're like, that's a great haunted house movie. Maybe that's because it's not the house that's haunted.
Yeah,
it's the kid.
I actually did. I did these lists together and I was like taking them off and putting it here and putting it there. And I'm like, oh, but I think I got it figured out.
So we just wanted to tell everybody that, like, if you hear a movie that's not on the list that you're like, wow, that's a really good haunted house movie, it may be on next week when we're joined by the Night Watch Zone, Night and Coriander. So be ready for that as well 1 week from today. But before we get there, let's get caught up on the chat real quick.
Let's do it.
Sean coming in strong with the super chat.
Thanks, Sean.
Thank you for your support, buddy. You're starting us off early singing, man.
Ooh, baby, ooh, baby, ooh, baby, ooh, baby.
Then you're doing the two-step.
No.
All right.
No one came here for that.
What's up, Castellar?
Hey, Castellar.
Tatum, how you doing,
Hi,
love?
Tatum.
Adrian is here as well.
Hello.
Shaim,
Hi, Shaim.
how you doing, my friend? Very nice to see you. Tatum has also taken the liberty to put their link tree up in the chat. So all you got to do is click the chat. Our top moderator, Tatum, out there kicking ass like always. So thank you, Tatum, for
Thanks,
supporting
Tatum.
these amazing ladies.
Thank you, Tatum.
Not really my genre, The Shining, if you count that.
I would say so.
I count that.
Absolutely. I mean, it's
What's
more
up, Robin?
of a hotel, but
It's
it's
a
still
haunted-
haunted. Yes.
It's a haunted house hotel. So
They live there.
this is an exciting one. One of my favorite subgenres. Me
All
too.
right.
It's right up there.
Yeah.
So that's another donation. So
How's that for a slice of fried gold?
Yeah, boy.
Oh, good movie. There you go.
Yes.
fantastic. I figured you guys would like that. Thank you, Charles. We appreciate you, buddy. You're here every week and you're amazing, man. Dustin, thank you for being here in the chat, supporting the ladies. We
Yes.
really appreciate that. I know the hard work you do. I've been able to communicate with you through social media, so it's not take it for granted the hard work you do behind the scenes, Dustin. Thank you so much for everything you do. Ryan, what's up, buddy?
Ryan.
John, fellow Detroit guy, how you
Hey,
doing? I
John.
hope you got your power back. Hope everything's going good for you.
Me too. That's the worst, losing power.
Yeah. How was The Flash, Ryan? I would like to know what your thoughts on it are. Yes, this is a horror channel, but we do like everything.
Well, we like most things.
It was pretty good. So there it is.
It was okay.
Hey, what's up, Gory Tiger?
Hey, Gory.
Danny, we are ready to roll, my friend.
Heck yeah.
I'm blown away by how Ken and Ashley never run out of ideas for top 10.
That's not true. It's not just me. We roll ideas off each other.
She's right. It's not just her. She tells me and I say, sure.
Great idea.
Hey, what's up, Cal?
Hey,
how you
Cal.
doing, buddy? So glad you're here. Shaheem, we hope you're having a phenomenal night.
Mhm.
Nathan's here.
Hey, Nathan.
Nice to talk to you, buddy, even though your Braves beat the hell out of my Tigers all weekend.
Hey, sis.
There's our best friend.
Mhm.
David is here. What's up, buddy? Thank you for stopping in.
Hey, David.
All right. So, oh my gosh, you have no idea how bad I wanted to put that on my list. Seriously, take my strong hand.
Oh my God.
I would
what
not
were
be
we
upset.
Just talking about
I
that?
honestly thought about putting that on my list too, and then I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know if that, so I didn't. But I thought about it too.
I do love that movie, so I would not be upset if anybody had that.
I
on
don't
their
know
list.
why, but the strong hand thing grossed me out. Like when he's doing the
Stir
mashed
the mashed
potatoes,
Makes
I
my
I feel like I wouldn't eat
Oh,
mashed
so bad.
potatoes for the longest time after that. I was like, oh,
But just the fact that it's David Cross, like David Cross is so funny.
he is.
Like Run Ronnie Run is such a phenomenal, funny
Well-
movie. It's in my top 5 favorite comedies of all time.
Yeah.
And he's
He's
such
in,
a genius.
He does something about Mary too. Like he's in something about Mary, isn't he?
Is he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he has like, he's
The
got
big
like a big welt on his face.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then
I think
you
he's the
have
one obsessed with her. He kind of stalks her a bit. Yeah.
yes.
he's also does the voice of the Beast with 1,000 Backs in Futurama.
Mm,
So
yeah.
Oh,
there's
I don't think
also
I knew that.
another bit of trivia there.
huh.
Hey, you could go right down the road to Go Fuck Yourself Avenue. No, I'm just kidding, buddy. Love you.
Did they lose
No,
again?
No, I think they're winning right now,
Oh.
actually. I've been trying to follow along. No, Nathan's a Braves fan, and the Braves beat the hell out of us. But you got a great ball club, man. They're fun to watch. So, Courtney, if you come up with an honorable mention while we're giving ours,
Yes.
we'll let you have the floor for that as well. So,
Okay.
my honorable mentions, I'm going to start off with one that is probably going to be higher on other people's list. It's the ghost with the most nice fucking model, honk honk Beetlejuice. It's a gateway horror movie, sure, but it's a horror movie at the end of the day. And there's so many great things in this movie. This was a hard list because I'm a huge fan of haunted house, possession, religious films like those. That's my favorite subgenre of horror. And Beetlejuice is one where it has the comedy that lands. It has the fear that lands. There's so much about Beetlejuice that I genuinely love. So it's hard to keep it as an honorable mention, but it is there. My other honorable mention is on the complete other side of the spectrum, and it is 100% horror, and that is The Haunting in Connecticut. A movie that I feel got really overlooked because, you get it's based on a true story or it's inspired by true events, and people look at that and they go, okay, yeah, bullshit. I'm calling bullshit.
I'm actually surprised that's an honorable mention.
Because of how much I like it.
Because when that movie came out, everybody that visited our house, he made watch that movie. Like everybody. He was like, you have to watch this. And like everyone had to sit down and watch it. I think we watched it like 4 times in a week.
And what's even funnier about that, because what's even more even funnier and even more true is we're watching this movie and I'm like, listen, this Kyle Gallner guy, he's gonna be good. He's gonna be good. and now he's in like Scream, Smile, and like he kills it in everything he does.
It made you cry, and I would always be like,
I did. It did make me cry.
Yes.
It made me cry very hard. But I love A Haunting in Connecticut. I actually don't mind A Haunting in Connecticut too. The sequel.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people shit on that one too, but it's got Chad Michael Murray in it. He's badass. One of you is very close to Chad Michael Murray because of their first horror movie, but we're not going to go there. We're doing 6 degrees to Chad Michael Murray.
Hey, I'm down for it.
So my honorable mentions are going to be Beetlejuice and A Haunting in Connecticut. What about you, my love?
All right, guys, I'm a little nervous about my honorable mentions. Okay,
fucking better not.
So The Grudge is one of mine. This scared the crap out of me. And they go to Tokyo and they go to this cursed haunted house and their whole family is doomed. And I think Kayaku is very scary. Yes. And that noise is very obnoxious.
That sounded awful in my headphones. Thank you so much for that.
Do it again. Do it again.
It made my shoulders raise a little bit. So thanks.
The skin on our hair. Yeah.
The skin, on,
on our hair. Yeah.
You made the skin on my hair stand right up with that.
Yours, that's how bad it is. I know. Like that's what happens. And I'm sorry, Ken, but House. Though it's not my favorite like it is his. I do have
Roger Cobb House is an honorable mention.
Yeah, go ahead and cancel me. I'm just gonna leave.
I told you go. He's gone.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
So,
Wow.
She just moved right over.
All right. I
Okay.
don't think we're gonna be talking for the rest of the
Throwing
day.
I mean,
a tantrum.
It's only been 12 minutes. Jeez, guys, we're starting
I know,
strong.
right? We are. I knew this was gonna happen, but I have an appreciation for it. I like how it's not just your typical haunted house. It's got like another dimension and the monsters, but it's funny. It has funny aspects. I'm saying good things here, Ken, but it's just
I appreciate the best horror movie ever made. I mean, I got appreciation for it.
well, I don't feel the same. I don't feel the same as you do. I'm sorry.
She can have her opinion. It's
Thank
fine.
you. So, you should be happy that I even have it on my list.
Oh.
At least I didn't get the angry fist.
All right, I'll give it to you, son of a bitch.
Do you remember that time when you put Halloween 1978 in your honorable mention? Bam!
All right,
Wow.
Touche.
All right.
All right, so how about you, Steph? What are your honorable mentions?
I have one because I don't know if it really qualifies as like a haunted house, but there is a haunted kind of spooky element to it, and I think it's a good movie. Black Phone. We watched it for one of our episodes, and it's a great movie. It's like eerie and uncomfortable, and there's spirits, and it's like the basement's probably haunted for sure. So I guess that counts as the house being haunted. So it didn't make it to my list, but it's my honorable mention.
That was one of my favorite movies of 2022.
Yeah, mine too. I love that movie.
It was a
Mason
really
Thames,
good movie.
When you
Even
have a
Hawk
movie,
is unreal in it.
my
Unreal.
God.
Yeah, he's so creepy.
I also feel like
that so well.
when you have a movie that's carried by two children under the age of 13,
and
they carry it so
oh my God,
well.
the sister, what was her name? I can't remember. The sister of the boy who's the girl who played him. She was insane.
Oh, she was great.
Oh my God. I was like, when I grow up, I want to be just like her.
Well, have you seen Megan?
No.
Well, the little girl in Megan is that girl's sister in real life.
It's like they have this family of actors.
Is just they're going to take over the horror genre.
They are.
Like they're two phenomenal young ladies, and they are wonderful young ladies as people. They're wonderful young actresses, and it was very exciting to see like Mason and them all the because obviously you got Ethan Hawke who just completely steals the show. Unreal. But these kids do such a great job in this film.
I eat all the kids, really. I mean,
all the kids in the film.
Yeah,
they're great.
But it's just like when you have a movie that is so influential and so important at the time that it comes out, and it's held together by kids under the age of 13. That's fucking great. That's awesome. I mean,
they've got a bright future or deadly future in front of them.
Absolutely. Yes.
So you guys need to check out Megan though, because our little homie Amy, she plays Megan, and she's just a lot of people don't know, but I'd say 90% of Megan, the doll, is 100% practical. It's her. Like she's a ballet artist. She's just a phenomenal dancer, and she did all of it herself. Young lady, so definitely check out Megan. So, did you come up with an honorable mention, Courtney, or are we going to skip your honorable mention?
I think we're gonna skip it.
Okay.
I feel very passionate about my movies anyway, so it's hard for me to just give an honorable mention. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. No,
feel
that's
bad.
That's
I don't want
fine.
to make it feel bad.
No,
No,
you're good.
my list.
You're like, this is my 10, and
Yeah.
I'm sticking to it. And
Courtney's like,
that's
let's
good.
move on, all right?
I'm telling you, my 10 through 2 could be rearranged in any order. Number 1 is it's there.
Clearly, they already know what your number 1 is.
Maybe.
After that performance.
But 10 through 2 could be any of these movies. So we'll catch up on the chat real quick before we actually get into our top 10.
Okay.
Dustin says Beetlejuice has to be better than an honorable mention. I know it was hard to make it an honorable mention.
Yeah.
I know Curse of Chucky doesn't count, but the house. Oh, that's a good one because the cinematography throughout the house is very gothic, and you feel like the house is haunted throughout a lot of the film.
Yeah.
Sinister, the barbecue thing still creeps me out.
Oh, that's one that didn't make the list.
That we might talk about next week.
Yeah.
My honorable mentions are Hell Night House and Beetlejuice. Yes, very nice. Not my subgenre, but I'll put Secret in the Walls. Very nice film. Yes. What's up, Cody?
Hey, Cody.
Do not forget to roundhouse kick that like button, guys, because not only is that nice, but it also helps the channel more than you could possibly know. So we appreciate you guys doing that, and we appreciate you just being here.
Heck yeah.
I can't wait to see what your number 1 is. Nathan knew what was coming.
Yep.
Whoa, the best horror movie ever? Tripping. No, I am not tripping. I am walking straight and narrow.
Nah.
Honorable mention Dead Detectives. You know what? Black Phone is fucking phenomenal. I don't have it on my list.
I didn't even think about it in like the horror aspect like that, but yeah, I mean that makes sense.
It
All
does.
the kids
It's a haunted,
yeah,
and the phone's ringing. Like it's definitely a haunted
it
house.
definitely is.
That's one of those I'm kicking myself in the ass for not having it.
Me too, actually.
Well, you're welcome.
She was. Why did I think? It's really bothered me that I can't think of her name.
It's like McGraw something.
Madeline McGraw.
Yeah.
Thank you. Madeline McGraw
Teamwork.
is the girl from
Yes.
the Black Phone. And she's a phenomenal young lady. She has a very bright future ahead of her as long as she stays away from the bad things. Yes, Megan is on the list. They just don't know it yet.
Oh, great.
Megan
great.
is my favorite horror movie of the year still. It's up there.
Yeah,
It's up
good.
there.
Good.
My honorable mention was What Lies Beneath.
Oh,
The
okay.
unexpected twist was memorable.
We might talk about that again.
We might talk about that a couple times tonight.
Ooh.
So we will actually get started on our top 10. Would you like to get us started, my love?
Absolutely. So this is more of a show and not really a movie, but I had to have The Haunting of Hill House from Mike Flanagan.
Ooh,
I love
Very
that
nice.
show. Like I feel like we binged it it was on Netflix, right?
Yep.
In like a weekend. Like you and I, we watched that entire thing in one weekend. And there is very little that Mike Flanagan has done that I haven't enjoyed myself. So, and I feel like all the characters in that movie, like there's someone that each person can relate to. Like with all the brothers and sisters, like there's one person that you relate to and you like kind of follow throughout the movie. And there's a lot of scary aspects.
the
And,
car scene.
like, yeah, that again, that's like the magician,
Mhm.
you know.
Yep. The
thing.
bent neck lady was
Yes,
fucking
the bent-
terrifying.
The bent neck lady was so creepy.
That series creeped me out.
Yes, I love
Yes.
that series.
Another show that made me cry more than once.
Yeah.
Like I'm telling you, there's one scene in that show when the brother's driving and he's like, I miss her. I miss my mom. And I was like, feel you, bro.
Yeah.
Feel you, bro.
It's
like anything with dead moms, and I'm like, I'm gonna cry.
yeah,
I'm
for
gonna
sure.
fucking cry.
It's sad.
You have a dead mom? I have one of those. Let's talk about it.
But yeah, and also the cinematography in that show is just so beautiful, and creepy. And yeah, I love that series.
Flanagan.
Flanagan is great. He is great.
I can promise you we'll talk about Flanagan a little bit more.
Oh,
tonight.
I have another one from Flanagan as well.
Oh, we'll talk more Flanagan tonight. So how about you, Steph? What's your number 10?
My number 10, we actually kind of mentioned it earlier. So when you guys said it, I was like, oh, I have The Shining as my number 10.
Nice.
So haunted hotel, not necessarily
Yes.
house, but hotel.
But they
mostly-
live there. It's
Right.
their home.
They live
Yeah.
there. They're trapped there. They're prisoners there. Whatever you want to call it, they're there.
Right.
They're there for a while. I just think it's an iconic movie. It's just so quotable. Everybody knows about it. Everybody, at least if you've never seen it, they know so much about it.
Mhm.
And I think just Jack Nicholson in the movie itself is just unreal to watch his character transform the
Yes.
entire time. It's just spooky to watch him become this like just maniac in the movie.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And there's just so many, just the twins and the red rum, like all that shit. It's just
What was that?
red rum.
Red rum.
So I just think it had to be on the list. It's just iconic.
Oh, yeah.
So that's my number 10.
Ooh. I will tell you this. I am also going to be a cheater, pumpkin eater, and have a movie kind of similar to that later. So
Okay.
Okay. Well,
That's all I'm going to say about it.
like maybe all of our stuff is intertwining a little bit.
There's gonna be
A
some
little
overlap.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
there's definitely
Well, there's a
overlap.
very good chance that I'll talk about The Shining too. There's another movie that's haunted and it's not a house. That's all I'm going to say, and we'll get there in about 6 choices.
Is that the topic we're talking about? If it's not talking about a haunted house, what are we doing here?
Right. Pieces of shit.
Man,
Ken.
you guys are going
Don't
out
even
of the
follow your own rules.
Right.
Do we have rules here or what?
Yeah, I know.
Structure
I'm
out
such
the
a quitter
window.
sometimes. So what about you, Courtney? What's your number 10?
My 10 is actually Beetlejuice.
Nice.
So it's obviously not like a super scary movie, but it's like one of those kind of like The Shining. It's kind of like a classic horror movie that has some really good elements in it, and it's a great movie. It's funny. It's got some levity to it. I mean, Michael Keaton kills it the entire time.
Oh, yeah.
So
100%.
yeah, that's
It's funny 'cause
definitely. Go ahead.
when you go back and watch it as an adult, you don't realize how little Beetlejuice is in the film.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like he's
Right,
not
yes.
a huge part of that
No.
film.
We
We
did
just
a
watched it
fun
recently
fact
with
on
our
it.
kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did a fun fact on it when we did our episode, and I think it's like 16 to 20 minutes of the entire movie Beetlejuice is actually physically in the movie for. It's
Right.
crazy. Mhm.
It is.
And he's still the best. Well, him and Mr. Rooney. That's all I see is Mr. Rooney from Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Uh-huh.
And the dude, he was also the bad guy in Howard the Duck. Like that guy was just a bad dude and everything
He
he
was
did.
always a bad guy. Some people are just good at playing bad
Right.
guys.
I mean,
I actually don't have a lot of clips of the movies, but you know, Beetlejuice is one that I think will always and we got a sequel coming next year.
I'm excited for it.
that's
Yeah.
going to be so fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
And seeing Jenna Ortega and Winona Ryder
Winona
together,
Ryder. Yeah.
that's gonna be dope.
And she doesn't look like I've seen like sneak things of her like in her costume, and it doesn't look like she's aged at all. Like
Right.
she ages so good.
This movie's gonna take place 20 minutes after the original.
I know, right? She's still a little
I'll
girl.
tell you, Jenna Ortega is in like literally everything recently. Like any kind
Yeah.
of horror related whatever, she is in it. And that,
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean,
She's found her
She's
niche for
fantastic.
sure. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
She deserves it.
Yeah.
She's phenomenal.
She is.
She is phenomenal.
She's blowing up, but it's awesome.
yeah.
For sure.
So my number 10, like I said, I don't have a lot of clips for the movies that I do because we haven't really put a lot of haunted house ones, but I do have a clip for this one. So my number 10 is
What are you doing? What did I just say? Did I just say there's a petting zoo downstairs? No. There are ghosts downstairs, Arthur.
There Are Ghosts Downstairs, Arthur, of the 13 Ghosts remake. I think that one of the better remakes out there is 13 Ghosts. And Matthew Lillard, again, completely steals the show.
So
I
good.
think that he is just in this movie. He knows what he's meant to do. He knows how to do it, and he does it well. It's just a movie that I very genuinely like, and I had to put it in my top 10.
Perfect.
So
Good choice.
we'll catch up on the chat real quick. And then here in a little bit, guys, we are also going to have a poll. The last 2 weeks, we voted on our next 2 versus episodes. But tonight, we're going to vote on our next Didn't See That Coming episode. So we're going to have that poll in the chat after we read the chat and we start our next ones. We're going to put those lists in the chat. So I'll remind you guys when we get there, but we want to let you guys know your participation means the world to us. And when you choose something, that's what we want to do. So we'll have that poll up here in the chat here in a little bit. But for now, let's catch up on the chat real quick. Nathan has The House from Sinister.
Yeah.
Some more What Lies Beneath Love.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot of people talking about Hill House.
I loved Hill House.
Yeah. Oh, you got to check it out, Robin. Haunting Hill House is phenomenal.
You'll like it.
Haunting Hill House. Hey, Ben. Great minds think alike, buddy.
Yeah, I guess.
See,
That's good.
I liked Bly Manor, but I'm a big fan of The Turning of the Screw, which is what The Haunting of Bly Manor was based off
Yeah.
of. And I thought that they really did a lot of justice to the original Turning of the Screw story. There's been a lot of other adaptations of The Turning of the Screw, and they never quite land. And I thought the turning.
The turning. Oh, that
garbage.
The ending just made it so bad. I was just like, what is happening here? It just felt like they're like, all right, we're done. And just
it literally ends with nothing.
I know.
It just and you're like,
horrible.
Even if it was a TV show and I got to pick it up again next week, I still would have been like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But this is a movie. I thought that Bly Manor did a really good interpretation of In the Turning of the Screw. If you haven't read that book, I can't recommend that enough. It's a great book. And the way that they did that but made it their own, I thought was very, very well done.
I enjoyed Bly Manor too, but
Hill House was the best.
Hill House.
It was much better, yeah.
See, for me, it was Hill House, then Midnight Mass, then Bly Manor. Bly Manor is still my least favorite, but I really, really like Bly Manor a lot.
Yeah.
Paranormal Activity, good choice.
Nice.
Paranormal Activity, got somebody. That alternate ending is dope. Catherine O'Hara in Beetlejuice. Every time she does something to Beetlejuice, I expect her to go, Kevin. I loved the Beetlejuice cartoon as well, but the video game pissed me off as a kid.
Whoa.
Hated that game. That game was so hard.
I was going to say, you probably couldn't beat it.
Oh, hell no, I couldn't beat it. Beat it with a hammer when I was done with it. 13 Ghosts. 10 is Beetlejuice. We're getting a lot of Beetlejuice love. I love it.
Yeah.
House on Haunted Hill was a great remake. They did a great job on that one. Hey, Bronson, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Bronson.
I like the Haunted Mansion. The scariest scene in the movie is when Eddie Murphy's character goes down to the mausoleum to retrieve the key. Then Ramsley uses the dark magic to bring all the zombies back to life.
Yeah.
So I like the Haunted Mansion as well. Are you going to be seeing the new Haunted Mansion, Bronson? I would like to know if you're going to be seeing that one.
I feel like we need to take the girls.
We are taking the girls.
We have to.
Absolutely. So
I haven't seen it in so long though. Like the first one, the Haunted Mansion.
We should watch that one with the girls.
We should. That would be a good idea.
All right, well, since you gave us a super chat, Bronson, and we appreciate your support so much. You're a great supporter. You're here every week. I appreciate you, my friend.
We appreciate you.
We appreciate you. I'm sorry. Very, very much. We're going to find out what happens when a town gets attacked by zombies. I love this. This is my favorite one. And they don't know what zombies are.
What the hell was it? A wild animal? Several wild animals?
What the heck was it? A wild animal? Several wild animals?
That's exactly what I said.
Was it a wild animal? Or several wild animals?
That's exactly what I said. The dead don't die, my friends. So Bronson, thank you so much for always being a great supporter. We appreciate you from the bottom of our hearts, my friend. So we're up to our number 9, and that will be Steph starting us off.
So I'm starting on a trend of it not being technically a house, but they kind of live there. I have a Autopsy of Jane Doe because they live upstairs.
Yeah.
But just all the weird stuff's happening downstairs in the morgue. So I don't know. But we watched that movie for one of our episodes because Courtney's niece actually recommended it for us to watch. And like halfway through the movie, I texted Courtney and I was like, I never want to see your niece ever again. I'm done with her. It like just made me so uneasy. Like it's just this like body is controlling all of this creepy shit in this house, and then the radio is telling us what's going on, but they're not picking up on it. And Brian Cox is amazing in everything he does. So it's like
yes, he is.
It was just I didn't like it. The poor cat. It was just uneasy for me. That angled mirror around the corner. No. Nothing to do with yours. Not interesting.
You know what's even crazier about that? That Jane Doe is a real woman the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know. Can you believe that?
There's never a dummy.
No.
Never a stunt double. And okay, I'm gonna get kind of gnarly here a little bit, guys. The lady that played that, part of the deal of her getting the role was she had to grow pubic hair.
Yeah.
Because if not, and they could actually see down there, the movie would have got an X or an NC-17 rating. So in an effort to cover, part of the deal for her getting the movie was she had to grow.
Should have a big bush to cover everything.
Yes. And I'm like, could you imagine going into a movie like, all right, we need you to be here at 8:00. We need a hairy bush. We need what was
They're like,
she's like, when do I go to wardrobe? Oh no, you don't worry about it. Like you just don't. Yeah. And then it's like, imagine you get hired for that, and it's like, well, now you can't really tell your family, like, I got my first movie. Oh, what do you do? Oh, I have no speaking roles. The entire time, I just lay on this cold metal bed, but I'm covered up because of a bush. Like, it doesn't really.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
So no wardrobe. Okay, got it. Okay.
And I love that movie. It's a genuinely scary.
It really
Yes,
is
it's
scary.
so
Yeah.
love that movie.
creepy.
Because there's
She
never
did a good
that,
job. I had no idea my niece had that in her, but she did well.
I have taken
well.
no more suggestions from her, by the way. No more.
And another thing about that movie is there's never any really jump scares. It's all tension the whole time.
Oh,
Yeah.
it builds. It builds the whole movie. Ugh.
Yeah.
Yes. So,
Nice
guys,
choice.
that is a fantastic choice. So now we are up to Courtney. You want to give us your number 9?
9. Yes.
9. My number 9 is Deadstream.
Newer film.
I mean, it's kind of a scary house, right? It's got creepy ladies in there.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, it's a comedy, but it's you know.
I'm surprised that's on your list because
I
you
know.
tore it apart when we spoke about it.
I wouldn't consider
Courtney's
it
like,
necessarily
just mad. She was just mad
I
when
was
we were.
pissed. This movie really pissed me off, actually, in the context of our platform. But
Yeah.
it's
But on this platform,
not this platform. But this is. It's like I don't know. It had some good elements. It was funny. I love comedies anyway. So, but this it was just a fun watch.
it was an easy watch for sure.
It was
yeah.
super easy. It pissed me off because
The thing is, like, he was the easiest protagonist to root against.
oh my god!
Every time he did anything, I was like, just fucking die, dude. Please.
Right.
Like,
Just
please.
kill him. Just do it.
Just cut your finger off, you know, like when he
So
was like
dramatic.
every time that he was given those like super ungenuine apologies for things he'd done, I was like, I want this fucking guy to die so good. He's such a douchebag.
Like, dude, don't back him up. Don't have him promo any product.
Right. So that's a very good choice. I do want to say we did just put the poll in the chat. So for our next didn't see that coming episode, would you like to see us cover Shutter Island? Yes, it's a horror movie. The Woman in Black, House 1986,
Oh my gosh. Here we go.
or Drag Me to Hell, the Sam Raimi super underrated film. So that poll is up in the chat. Please put your votes in. We would love to get your guys' input on that. So my number 9 was just talked about in the chat a little bit ago, and it is the Robert Zemeckis horror film, What Lies Beneath.
Oh yeah, it's definitely horror.
100% a horror film.
There's so that had me on the edge of my seat the entire time I watched it.
Yeah. I've done a Didn't See That Coming episode on that movie. That's how much it means to us. That movie is literally Robert Zemeckis giving Psycho an homage the whole time. And I thought it was great. Harrison Ford was great. The whole cast in that movie is just, and it's so like when you get to that twist of what happened and you see Harrison Ford go dark and you're like, Indiana Jones, no! What are you doing? It's just really, really awesome. And I really love that movie. And it's an argument Ash and I have all the time with people. Like, yeah, it's a thriller. No, it's a horror movie. Well, it's kind of a drama. It's kind of a horror movie. You see, I would put it in I would put it in the horror section.
Yeah.
So, we can do this
I
all.
mean, it can be horror to somebody and maybe not to another person. That doesn't
Sure.
doesn't mean that your choice is any wrong.
Right.
I'm telling them they're wrong. It's horror.
I feel like you would tell them they're wrong.
What you make it.
Yeah.
You're like,
Horror
I'm right,
is
you're
definitely-
wrong. Just deal with it.
Right. Horror, to me, again, this is just my opinion. Horror is the hardest genre to lock down.
It is.
You know, this is a horror
Well,
movie.
it's such an umbrella though, because like comedy, it's black and white. Like comedy, it's a funny movie, but like horror is such an umbrella of like paranormal or just a suspenseful thriller, or it's like there's so many different things underneath that one definition, and it's all 100%. It's all emotion, so it's such a big scope of different movies for sure.
Absolutely.
Some of the scariest movies I've ever seen in my life, people wouldn't even consider horror. So I'll say that. And right now, guys, Drag Me to Hell is winning. You guys want to see Drag Me to Hell so far?
All
Keep
right.
the votes coming in.
All right.
So yeah, What Lies Beneath for me? What about you, my love?
So my number 9 has been talked about already, but it's Beetlejuice. It's so iconic. It's one of it's a family favorite, something that we recently just made our kids watch with us because we're like, you're going to go see the new one. Yeah, we have to introduce Beetlejuice into your lives. And yeah, I kind of like how it's like flipped. Like, how when it's the haunted house, but you are seeing the people that are haunting them, and it's like that was their house.
Right.
You took over their house, and they're trying to get you out of their home. So yeah, they're trying to haunt you, trying to get you out. Like you see the other side of it. I
100%
like that about it. Yeah.
To be fair,
I agree.
Yeah. To be fair, what?
They died. You can't keep your house when you're dead.
Why? Why can't you?
But it is a fun spin. I agree with you, Ashley, because it's like all of these movies you're seeing the people living in their house trying to like get rid of the ghosts and like do all of these like seances or whatever to like expel the
and stuff like 100%. That. Yeah.
But it's completely flipped in Beetlejuice of where like the ghosts are trying to exorcise the people out of their house and the people are intrigued by the ghosts. So
and they think it's awesome. Yeah.
It is a good movie. Obviously, I had my honorable mentions. So all right, before we get to Courtney's number 8, we will catch up on the chat. That movie is called The Dead Don't Die. The one that was it a wild animal? Was it several wild animals? It's a film called The Dead Don't Die. It's a very good film with a huge cast. Huge cast.
All the way
with a garbage third act.
The ending is just like
it literally looks like
so weird.
They were in the writing room and they got in an argument. Like, you know what? Fine, then we'll do this. They're like, oh, you want to do that? Well, I'm going to do this. It's like,
they just threw everybody's shit in
how
there.
can we out stupid each other?
Yeah,
it's how the movie ends. So. But I do love it.
But I just feel like it's so Bill Murray.
It is so Bill Murray. Parasite. That is a very good movie. Hey, but at least you're here, Dice.
Hi, Dice.
How you doing? YouTube is kind of a butthole sometimes. Tatum once again put the links in the description or in the chat. I'm sorry. So Tatum, thank you for doing that. Make sure you're following these amazing content creators on their social media links. Make sure you check out their website and make sure that you are subscribing to their podcast. I promise you will love it.
Yes. Thank you, Tatum.
A new recent fave is Deadstream. Oh yeah. Someone needs to choose house. What? Everybody needs to choose house.
I had it on my list. Okay.
Hey, she's talking about for the didn't see that coming.
Oh, I thought we were still going back to my list.
Ooh, House and Drag Me to Hell are tied at 29. Hey, what's up, Jordana?
Hey, Jordana.
Frighteners, that's a good one. Yeah, What Lies Beneath is so good. Such a good movie. Mama, that's another movie with a very sad ending. Very sad ending. The Others, very good movie. Very good movie with a crazy ending on that one too. We should think about doing a didn't see that coming on that.
We should.
I have no plans to watch the new Haunted Mansion movie. Yeah. I mean, I'm one of those people that I always try to give things the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
And I hope it's good. You know, I'll go into it. I'll check it out. I love gateway horror. I think gateway horror is so fun. But you know, I'll keep an open mind and I'll check it out.
For sure.
The Devil's Candy. Never seen that one.
Me neither.
I would like it if you stayed on the screen, please. All right, The Devil's Candy. I have to check that out. Oh, come on. I don't know. My computer is like not wanting to work right now. Eddie Murphy and Owen Wilson work together on I Spy. Eddie Murphy and Rosario Dawson work together on The Adventures of Pluto Nash. I love your brain, Bronson. Just the way it works is just phenomenal. Honorable mention: The Old Dark House and Casper House. Honorable mention. God damn it,
that was my mention too, Dice, and I was canceled right off.
The Shining and Beetlejuice. The others on the list, yeah. It is a very good one with a very good twist ending. C. Does Young Frankenstein count? Of course. Casper, that is a good one.
Such a good one.
That is a good pick. All right.
Casper. That's a good one.
Can I keep you?
I love Casper.
So we are up to number 8, and that will be Courtney starting us off.
I chose House on Haunted Hill. The new, I think it's
remake?
the new one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the remake. Yeah. I don't know if I don't know. Here's my problem, because I think that it might have been in my honorable mentions, but I'm putting it here. It kind of like you said. There's some movies that you kind of would move up or down or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I'm to this, I want to put it on my honorable mention list. I just want to take it out of here.
You're like, can we go back? Can we go back?
Can we go back?
Just do a do-over. Let's just start completely over.
It was a good movie. It was funny. I liked the characters. I liked how they kind of interacted with each other. What's the guy from
Chris Kattan?
Chris Kattan.
Uh-huh.
I love him. So I mean,
I can't. Me and my cousin Josh growing up, I can't tell you how many times we were like, "You got my check, and I want it, so you give it now." Total Chris Kattan and House on Haunted Hill.
Yeah.
We would do that shit to each other all the time, like for no
love
reason.
Chris Kattan.
You got my check, and I want it.
Well, even when he's
You
not
give it.
funny, he's still funny. He
Yeah.
like makes me literally just smile.
Uh-huh.
It's just his being.
Yeah.
But it was a good movie. I think it had a relatively good plot. I mean, it was like, well, why are these people? There was some things where like, well, why are these people coming in? They have an invitation to this random house. They don't know anybody that's there, which is kind of weird. And why would they go? But you know,
all pretending to be somebody else. And
yes,
it
was an odd movie. But I mean, and I think I tore this one apart too, just to
100%.
But it was.
Definitely. It was not a nice review, I don't think.
It's still on my list.
When you can have fun with it, that's what's important.
Yes,
Right.
exactly.
My number 8 might be a little controversial, but it is the Amityville Horror 2005. I actually like the remake more than the original. I think the remake is darker. I think the remake is scarier. I think the original is fucking phenomenal. Yeah. I think it's a great movie.
Steal your copy.
For those of you that watched our verses, you'll get that joke. There's just something about the remake to me that is so like dark and scary. Like when the girl's walking on the roof, like that's so scary. Or when Ryan Reynolds kills the dog because he thinks it's the monster, and then he's crying and he has the leash. Like there's just so many moments in the remake where, as we were watching it, even in the theater, I was just like, "Oh my god!" And Amityville Horror is something special. That was my mom's favorite horror movie. Was the OG Amityville Horror. So, like, I remember going to see this movie in the theater with my mom, and you know, she loved it. Obviously, she liked the older. She said, "What's his name was hotter?" Was her thing.
George.
Yeah, she said George in the original was hotter. I was like, "That's how we all base things on movies, Mom."
Wait, what's hotter than Ryan Reynolds?
Ryan Reynolds, yeah.
I mean, come on,
Mom.
I'm gonna go dig her up. We're gonna have a conversation.
No competition there.
Don't ignore me. So yeah, for me, it's just like I think that movie is so dark. And Ryan Reynolds, this was the movie that I watched him in where I was like, wow, this guy's good. Like he is really good. And he has the minute I seen he had a beard, I was like, he's gonna be naughty.
He had a little rugged look going for him.
Yeah.
When he's making the kid hold the wood.
I wasn't mad. What?
So
when he was making
unsettling.
the kid hold the wood. When he was chopping the wood.
That made me cringe. Like,
oh, I know.
It's so hard to watch.
And like the way he grabs his face and he's like, it's right. Oh yeah, I'm like, you dickhead. So yeah, I'm gonna say Amityville Horror 2005 is my number 8.
So funny enough, mine is also Amityville 2005.
What?
Remake. Yeah, I know, crazy, right?
Poser. Poser.
Whatever. Yeah, I mean, we didn't see that coming on it. I think we both chose the remake.
I think that was the first,
or not didn't see that coming versus.
First, I think that was the first versus episode that we chose a remake over the original.
Yeah.
Yes.
But like, I mean, you pretty much said everything. But the opening sequence of that, where he's like going through the rooms, and then is it the brother that kills them all in the remake?
Yeah, well, it's in both of them because they're talking about.
I thought it was the son. Oh, the oldest son. Okay.
Yeah, it was
but when
the Lutz family.
When he you kind of get like what really happened instead of you just hear the shots in the OG. But in this one, you see him like going into the room and her asking like, why are you doing this? And then he's like, I love you. And then he shoots her. Like that opening sequence is so heartbreaking. And then you see her as a ghost with the bullet hole in her head. Like, and
she puts the finger into her head. And so dark.
Yeah.
God, that movie's so good.
And like you said, Ryan Reynolds, like he he can flip so well from being like charismatic and like, you know, and then just to being dark. Yes. So
but even some of the things he says, like, what's wrong with this fucking family?
Yeah.
You know, like
the delivery. Oh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just
and
like
then you
so
take him like
good.
you take him out of that house and they're like on their little date and he's like
healthy again.
back to his normal. He does a great job.
But then you're confused because you're like, that's Van Wilder still. So
yeah.
That's right. Dice, thank you. It was Ronnie DeFeo. The Lutz family was who Ryan Reynolds and them were portraying.
Right.
It was the DeFeo family. Ronnie DeFeo was the older brother that went on the shooting spree. Why are you doing this, Ronnie?
Ronnie.
And then she shot him. Yes. Thank you, Dice. It was the DeFeo family. I was wrong. It was not the Lutz family.
And, and like you still see there's like a little bit of him in there
He's
because
crying.
he's like, I love you, and then he shoots her anyways. But so heartbreaking.
Yeah.
It is.
All right. So Courtney, we're at Stephanie. Courtney started us. Stephanie, what's your number 8?
All right, I shit you not, and don't call me a poser. Amityville Horror 2005 is my number 8. I swear, it's my number 8 too. Take it back. You take it back.
Yeah,
you take it back right now.
Oh, that's awesome.
That is awesome.
Wow.
I can't top a whole lot of stuff that you guys said. I agree completely. Like, Ryan Reynolds is just unreal. He's so good. Yeah. He's so creepy. Him just standing outside with the axe, just lingering in the boathouse. Me, I'm a native Long Islander anyway from New York. So Amityville Horror in general, like everybody knows about it when you grow up on Long Island. So it's got a whole little bit of nostalgia there for me too. So it's my number 8 for sure. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Great. No, obviously none of us can
disagree. I'm not a poser.
So we'll catch up on the chat.
Now.
Yeah.
It's so crazy how many like Amityville horror movies there are out there. Like there's one in space. Like they just like went off the deep end with that.
Now they got the Amityville Karen.
Oh yeah, like it's crazy.
You can't make it up.
It's like it's a haunted house. Well, let's just slap Amityville on there.
Yeah. Tatum is the shit. I'm basing these off of how scary they were to me. And how's it?
Oh, it's moved on quickly.
I'm gonna check it out, Jordana. The Grudge.
Yes.
I'm trying to guess, Robin. We got some What Lies Beneath Love. Ooh, Poltergeist Love.
Ooh,
that's a good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Brooklyn 45. I haven't seen Brooklyn 45.
I haven't either.
I don't know what that is, Cass. I'll have to check it out.
Heck yeah.
Stir of Echoes. That's a good one. That's a very good one. I agree. He was hot.
Yeah. I mean,
dark. Amity 2 is very dark. The Conjuring series is a bit overrated. That's fair. We may talk about one of those films in a little bit, though. Hey, Calvin, what's up, my dude?
Hey, Calvin.
Nice to see you, buddy. Can't wait to see you again. Ghost Story, 1981. Go ahead.
I'm gonna be right back.
Malum has better kills than Evil Dead Rise. I have not seen that either. Oh, The Changeling. Such a good movie. George C. Scott, so good in that movie. I Spy and the Adventures of Pluto Nash came out in 2002. The Haunted Mansion with Eddie Murphy came out in 2003. He got to work with Wilson in the Dawson before he worked. That's awesome. See, like the way that you can just remember that stuff is insane to me. Here's Dice telling me how much of a stupid idiot I am. No, I'd rather you correct me because I don't want to look like an idiot and say something wrong. Like that's. Please tell me if I look stupid. Yeah, look, Pose City out here. What's up, y'all? Hey, I'm still pushing for everyone to come to Michigan. We need to. Everybody out there, come to Michigan. Come visit us. Calvin, one of my best friends. We are like super close. We go see all movies together. We hang out all the time. Everybody just come to Michigan and live with us forever. Not in the walls or anything weird. Like get a house. You know what I mean?
Don't haunt the house. Just, just nearby. Don't haunt it.
Come and see us every once in a while.
Yeah, but don't stay too long.
But give us a heads up before you show up. That kind of thing.
Right. We'll change the iconic window so no one will recognize it. Okay, yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's how it goes. Uh-oh. House is winning. House is winning. Keep voting, guys. If you're just coming into the chat, make sure you vote on our poll for the next Didn't See That Coming episode, which will actually be in a couple months. We have a couple that are filmed and ready to go. But make sure you're voting.
Heck yeah.
Catching up. 10, Terrified. 9, We Are Still Here. And 8, Beetlejuice. Good choices. Hey, Joe. I don't care that you're late. You're here.
Hey, Joe.
That's a good movie. The Uninvited.
Uninvited. Okay.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Holy cow, I didn't even think of that one.
Me neither.
One of the latest in the Amityville verse seems to be the Amityville Death Toilet.
Really?
Huh.
Huh.
And who says they'll run out of ideas for movies?
I know, right?
Death toilet.
All right, so we are up to number 7, and this is probably the most obscure on my list, I guess, and it is the Travis Stevens film, The Girl on the Third Floor, starring WWE AEW star CM Punk. I really liked this movie a lot. It's scary, it's tense, it's very well written.
Is that a Shudder?
No, nope.
We didn't see it on Shudder?
Nope.
Oh.
It's Amazon Prime.
I remember watching it. I just don't remember a lot about it.
CM Punk's a piece of shit in the movie.
Yeah, I
He's
know.
a
I know
bad
he's
dude.
like a cheat. He cheats on his pregnant wife, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're a piece of shit if you do that. But it's like the story that goes along with the movie. For people that haven't seen The Girl on the Third Floor, CM Punk, his character Don Coke, I believe is his last name. They buy a house. Him and his wife. She's pregnant. She's staying back. They're from Chicago.
He's like fixing up.
And he's fixing up the house. And then we find out that it used to be a whorehouse. But it was like a bad one, like where guys would stand up on the balcony and watch girls be forced into doing things. And thankfully, it doesn't show anything like that.
Yeah.
Or else it wouldn't be on my list because I would condemn the fuck out of the movie. But like, and then you come to find out why the house is haunted and why things were happening in the house the way they are, and you'll never play with marbles the same again. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
But you don't feel bad for him. You feel bad for her, for the wife.
Right.
Trieste, who plays the wife in the film. We actually just had her on an episode of My First Horror Movie. She's a sweetheart. I can't wait for you guys to see that one. That's not why this movie's on the list, by the way. I already had her on the episode, so I don't got to suck up. But
okay,
it's a fantastic movie, The Girl on the Third Floor. I believe it's still on Amazon Prime right now.
What was it? A ghost that he cheated on her with?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Actually.
I guess that I shouldn't have said that for people that haven't seen it. Sorry.
Well, there's the twist, guys. Well, have a good night.
I suck.
It's pretty obvious throughout the movie, though. It's not like it's like a big secret what's happening. Like,
right.
That's what I love about this movie. They don't ever try to make it like a twist on it. You pretty much know from the get-go what you're getting into. Like, you know it's a haunted house.
Too bad CM Punk didn't know.
He's this big stupid idiot that was thinking with the wrong head. Ooh, pretty ghost movies. Yeah. So yeah, he fucking a ghost. Thank you, Dice. So yeah, that's my number 7, The Girl on the Third Floor. Dope movie, even though there's ghost sex. So what about you, my love?
All right. Mine is What Lies Beneath. We've already talked about it mostly, but I'm not a poser. Stop calling me a poser. I swear, if you have any of mine on here, I'm calling you a poser.
I hope all mine that we have in common are below.
No, if you say it, you're getting the poser.
We need to get a poser tag now instead of cancel.
We do.
That's funny.
But like you said, there's a lot of psycho nods to it. There's one scene that like makes me poop my pants every time I watch it. It like I know that the scare's coming, but it still scares me. And it's where she's like looking out the window and like watching her neighbor, and then all of a sudden she loses him, and then he like is looking at her like that scares me every time. And I know that it's coming, and still it gets me. And I mean, who hasn't like been peeking out at their neighbor and their wife turned the light on them?
I don't want to talk about that. I don't even want to fucking talk about that. That was a bad day in Kenny.
Oh, he was so mad.
Okay, we're gonna tell the story real quick. So I was in my boxers, man, and we were young. Like Kenny was just born. It's about 15 years ago.
No, I was still pregnant with Kenny.
So yeah, over 15 years ago.
Yeah,
and it was cops at our neighbor's house.
It was our first house. We lived in this little tiny 2-bedroom.
It was
house.
bigger than this, like she said.
Barely.
So like we're like I'm at the window. And I'm like, turn on the lights off.
So we turn off the lights to see what's going on.
And I'm looking out the window. I'm literally, it's like a full window.
It
And I'm
was.
standing in the window in my boxers. Like, what are they
And
doing?
I was bored and I was done with it because there was nothing
and I was
going
just
on.
like-
So I just flip on the light.
I was like,
Oh my gosh.
like, had to,
Did you just immediately fall to the ground?
Yeah.
He did. And he got up and he was like, why the hell did you turn on the lights? Now I look like a creep. And I was like, well.
I'm just looking at him in my boxers like, hello, neighbor. Nice to meet you here.
I was like, I was done with it. So
That was an unfortunate.
yeah.
That was an unfortunate series of events.
What
right
happened
there.
to us?
Can you guys still hear us?
We can hear you. Can't see you.
Oh no. What happened?
No.
Come back. Come back.
Okay. Did you just give your number 7?
I did.
What lies beneath? All right, Stephanie. While I'm trying to figure out where our faces are, do you want to give us your number 7?
Sure. My number 7 is Sinister. Another Ethan Hawke movie. Another one.
Mhm.
Anything that has creepy dead ghost children in it, I'm not interested. Makes me very uneasy. Oh, you're
Yes.
back. The projector turning on and off randomly, the film appearing, disappearing, the one kid who you think is the one that's possessed, but he ends up not being the one that's possessed. It's all unsettling for me. So
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah, that's a very scary movie.
Mhm.
And all the homemade tapes, oh, those are
And the
so
movie is
scary.
just too dark. It's the negative thing I have to say about it, and it makes me uncomfortable watching it too, which I know I'm just done intentionally, but it's too dark. There's no lights
Yeah.
on. Turn a freaking light
Turn
on,
on the fucking
please.
light.
You're eating dinner. Put the kitchen light on. That would just be lovely for me. You know, like let's just eat dinner and see each other, okay?
That
But-
movie has one of the best jump scares of all time with the
The
lawnmower.
lawnmower scene.
Oh,
The
my
best jump scare.
gosh. That's another one I know is coming. Every time I watch it,
That
I
one
know
got
it's coming,
me.
and it still
Yeah.
gets me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Every time.
You can
But
like
the
visually
problem-
replay it in your head.
And the problem with
Yes.
that scene is like, you know, by that point when you get to that video, that somebody in the videos end up dead. So you know what somebody's going to get killed in the video, but
Yeah.
you're watching the lawnmower go for so long that you're like,
Mhm.
something has to happen. Oh God. Like, that's how it happens. It's like you're
Yes.
waiting for it to it, and you're like, what had to have happened by now? And then it gets you. It's
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
awful scene.
Yeah. I completely, like I said, one of my favorite jump scares of all time. So,
Yeah.
What about you, Courtney? What's your number 7?
Actually, my number 7 is Sinister as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
It is.
Yeah.
You know what, Courtney? You are not a poser.
Thank you, Stephanie.
That's so
You're welcome,
nice.
girl.
You guys,
This is how you're
you
supposed
guys are
to
nice
do it.
to each
Support
other.
each other.
Nice.
Why don't you support my list, Ken? They support their list.
See, we support each other. That's what we do.
And that's what you
Yeah.
get from our podcast. It's just entertainment and support. That's it. You know?
well,
And they
kind
get
of.
more
I mean,
supportive the more they've been drinking.
Absolutely.
but we have to help each other get through the
Right.
whole like
Right.
dialogue and everything by the end of the end of the episode. So yeah.
Right.
Absolutely. I love that. I'd be like, give a best friend. Like,
I want to go home now. All right. So we will catch up on the chat. Great job, guys. And I will say this. I don't have Sinister because to me, that's a possession movie. So
Sure.
Ooh, okay.
But like I said-
okay.
It travels with
Zero.
people. Okay.
yeah.
So
Okay.
but we'll talk about that next week. I love this. He fucking a ghost. I agree, Jason, and I think if I could meet you, Jason, I would shake your hand. Just say,
I think it was the wink at the beginning when you were, trying to.
That did it for sure.
Well, I'm saying House is winning our poll right now, and I couldn't be any happier.
Yeah. I can't wait to watch
Yeah,
it again.
yeah.
Wait, we don't even have to rewatch it. We
I
can
know, I just know it all.
We can just. Yeah.
Hey, how's it going?
Hi.
Dan Aykroyd pioneered ghost sex. Ghostbusters reference, sir. Watched What Lies Beneath for the first time this year. Wow, so good. It really, really is. Fantastic movie. I mean, I would consider it a haunted house movie. That's a great choice, actually, because that's one that you could consider a drama. There's a lot of horror elements in that movie.
Yeah.
A lot of horror. The dude on the train used to scare the shit out. Get
like,
off my train! That dude scared the shit out of me as a kid. Like, and at the end when the friend falls through the glass and it falls on his chest, and then he gets up and realizes he's dead, and those ghost like demon things come and take him away. Scared me so bad as a kid. Like, there's a lot of moments in Ghost that I used to cover my face on. That just popped in my brain, like when he gets cut and those like demon shadow monsters come and take him. Oh, it's scary as fuck. It's just scary. Yeah, she's a peeker.
He's the peeker, not me.
Well, you're the bored peeker. Turns the light on. Yeah, it wasn't duck and roll. It was like duck and roll right into the couch and break my fucking neck.
I think you almost landed on our tiny little Christmas tree.
The host got canceled for peeking. That's why our camera went out. The Grudge fueled my fear of long black hair. I get it.
Okay.
He has like a long black hair in his food, and he's like, "Wow!"
Yeah,
which I mean, I would hate that too if it was in my food.
Oh,
well, yeah,
the restaurant would get canceled. Insidious. I was alone and terrified, and not ashamed to admit it. We will talk about Insidious some more next week. 7. Phone, a Korean movie from 2002. There's a little girl who's maybe 5 or so who gives the best creepy kid performance I've ever seen in the third act.
Kids are creepy.
I hate kids.
Like little kids like that. They're like dead kids are creepy.
Yeah.
And if they start laughing, no, fuck that.
Yeah, no, like a dead eye stare.
I've always said like kids.
Courtney, too much. Sorry.
Kids
okay, too much
are the fucking worst, man. Like,
because they're supposed to be like innocent.
I'll make you cookies.
Yeah,
you know, like,
and instead they're like, I'm gonna kill you.
No.
Yeah,
like I know, like
Granny's not supposed to be killing you. She's
like
you
want to talk about a scary moment? Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey when they're in hell and Bill's getting chased by his grandma. Like the old grandma trying to pinch his cheeks, and she's got the hairy chin and shit. Like that was another moment that scared me. I was like, "Grandmas are nice." Like that got me.
Yeah. Is it the visit that they're like, "Can you climb in the oven and clean it?" Isn't that?
Yeah.
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 No, creepy grandma.
She's like naked, scratching the wall.
No.
I actually like that part.
I know.
Well, look at that grandma booty.
You like the grandma booty?
Ooh.
Heck yeah.
It's funny if you watch our Didn't See That Coming on that, we got hit on that for
Did you say grandma booty?
No, for showing the I had
to showing the grandma booty.
I had to put a Sledgehammer horror logo over the grandma booty on our Didn't See That Coming episode. The Sentinel is a very good one. Ken voting with burner accounts. If I could, I would. Listen, here's the thing. I'm way too old and I'm way too lazy to create burner accounts. Because I would confuse the shit out of everything. I'd be like, "Hey, it's a burner account." It would be me like. So yeah, I promise you I wouldn't do that. My daughter Emmy wanted me to put up the CGI animated film Monster House. Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Well, Emerson, she's Emmy to us.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, Emmy.
Heck yeah.
We got you, girl. For those of you that don't know, Calvin's like my brother. He's genuinely like one of my best friends in the world. His wife, Brandy, is one of our best friends. Their kids are like our kids. We do everything together. It's nice to have you here, buddy. Tell the family we said hello.
We have to go see Insidious together.
Yeah, we'll be seeing Insidious together. Ghost Watch. Never seen Wolf.
Huh. Wolf.
Things are starting to slow down, so we're gonna start catching up on these movies that we're supposed to watch. The Visit. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man. In The Visit, the moment that fucked me up the most, we just talked about this a couple weeks ago.
The poo-poo?
Yes, we did our top 10 grossest moments.
Poo-poo in his face.
In the face.
We did our top 10 grossest moments in horror movies, and that was my number one when they put the dirty diaper in the kid's face. I literally wanted to leave the theater. I was like, I'm done. I'm out. This is stupid.
I can only imagine on the big screen watching that and how unsettling that would be.
Get down! It's poop! God, it's in your face! When they showed
that in his mouth.
Nope. Bad's gonna happen with those diapers at some point in this movie.
Foreshadowing. Yeah.
Foreshadowing for sure.
That was shitty foreshadowing.
Look at you go.
Good job.
Terrified. That's a very good movie. It's very scary. It is still streaming on Amazon Prime and maybe Netflix as well. Terrified. If you can get past subtitles, which you should be able to because it's a great movie. Yeah. Fuck you and your cellulite riddled ass. I'm calling an Uber. Listen, the ass wasn't that bad. Go back and rewatch it. While we're talking about The Visit, let's hear from our little buddy from The Visit.
We share a Starbucks Frappuccino blend, and see, this isn't just philosophy, it's based on science, you see. Mr. Singh, my pediatrician, just confirmed for me, you tall skanks are going through puberty. How?
He's the best part of the movie.
I know. He's
yeah.
hilarious.
He's so
my
funny.
God. No.
Oh my gosh. Jack Nicholson is a werewolf in this movie.
Really?
We need to watch that movie.
Yeah, we do.
I loved. Here's the thing, though. I loved The Visit the first time that we watched it.
Yeah.
On a rewatch, it's once you know the twist, the movie doesn't.
It's just
it just
you
doesn't
don't get
hold
the
up.
same
Yeah.
wow,
because when we saw it in the theater, I was like, wow, this is awesome. Like we saw it unspoiled, had no idea what the twist was.
She turned her
laptop
around and she's like, "Where's your grandparents? Those aren't your grandparents." I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Terrible.
And it's not the same second time around.
No, the second time, the whole time you're like, those are poopy pants grandparents,
Yeah.
not real ones.
Those are poser grandparents. That's
Right,
what
posers?
Poser grandparents.
We are up to number 6, and that will be you, my love.
All right, my number 6 is The Haunting in Connecticut. Because I'm not a poser. That was in your honorable mentions. Oh, you know what? I can't wait till you say your number 1, you poser.
Dang.
Yeah. We all know what it is.
It's not about the destination, my love. It's about the journey.
It is about the destination, Ken. I like the destination.
It's definitely about the destination.
Yeah. So stop trying to put that in my head because it's not working. Anyways, back to my number 6. Yeah. Like I said, we watched this so many times when it first came out. Like we had the DVD, and every time somebody new would like come hang out with us, like he would make them watch it. And it feels so real because it's based on like true events. Like it doesn't feel like an imagined story. Like even though it's like obviously
supernatural.
Yeah, it's supernatural and they amp it up because it's a movie. A lot of it feels real. And Kyle Gollner is amazing in it. He was younger then, and he totally blew it out of the water. So yeah, that's my number 6.
Good choice.
Yeah, thanks, Ken.
How about you, Stephanie? What's your number 6?
My number 6 is Insidious. Obviously you guys think it's more possession. Fine. That scene that fucked me up was when the camera turns and that devil guy face is right there over his shoulder. And that, even like thinking about it, still gets me a little bit. I still get a little shoulder raise from that image. And then just any kind of movie that has like children running around that you can't see, but you can hear the little tiny footsteps terrorizing the house, not interested either. So that movie's creepy as shit. So
for sure.
It made Tiny Tim scary.
I know that they made that song so terrifying. Yeah,
I saw something on TikTok that had that song, and I like swiped past it very quickly. I was like, "Nope, get out of my ears."
Watch Tiny Tim perform that song. It's just this big old dude with a fucking ukulele.
No,
he's so good, man. He's so good.
That's a great impression, by the way. That's really good.
I practice it in the mirror.
Oh, like daily?
That's what
in my ear.
That's what you were doing in the bathroom.
That's what those
I'm
noises
just covering myself, okay?
That's what you're doing when you're peeking on the neighbors. He's making those crazy noises too.
I'm glad that's what it was.
Right.
So he says. So
right. That's what I was doing in there. I was practicing my Tiny Tim.
Yeah.
Is that why you kept saying tiny, tiny, tiny? Yeah, it was my Tiny Tim impression. Yeah, that's what I was doing. Mind your business. How about you, Courtney? What's your number 6?
I'm gonna say Night House. That's a haunted. Yeah. That's haunted.
That's haunted
I'm
house.
gonna go with it. Yeah. I really liked. I liked the whole. It was like very mysterious and dark the entire time, and you didn't know like why, like how. I don't know how to explain it, but how she was like affected in her dreams about all of this just creepy shit and the phones ringing. It was a really good movie, and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
the whole like her and the house are kind of intertwined.
Yeah.
One of the best love stories ever.
Yeah,
well, it's like you feel a type of way about him, and then you kind of like realize what he was doing for her, and it's like, oh, okay, like he's not.
At the end of that movie, I just sat there like, wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful. That was such a beautiful, murderous but beautiful.
Murderous.
Sure. Yeah. Minor detail, really. You know?
Right.
And like even after she thinks like the worst of him, she still wants him back like so badly.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's sad.
really sweet, and it's really
It
creepy how they got to that point. But
For sure.
yeah, it was a great movie.
Fantastic choice. That was one of my
Absolutely.
favorite movies. I believe it was 2021
Yeah.
when that came out. 2020 or 2021, and it was up in my top 10. I very much enjoy. I'm a love story guy myself anyway. Like I love love stories. Like she's a gore hound. I'm a love story guy. So
I like gore.
But my number 6, I told you earlier that we would bring up Mr. Mike Flanagan again, and we're going to do that here at number 6 with Ouija Origins of Evil. Damn, this movie's so good. And then you watch the movie Ouija, and it makes you even more realize, holy shit, this movie's really, really good. It's amazing. I really genuinely love Ouija Origins of Evil. I think that a lot of what they did throughout this movie is so intelligent, the way that they break every rule of the Ouija board. When you learn a little bit more about the backstory of the doctor, your buddy Doug Jones plays the doctor. There's so much good about this movie, and it's scary. The performances are so amazing. It has your Flanagan cast in it. And it's a movie that I love to death. I love Ouija Origins of Evil, and it's a movie that I could watch over and over again.
Nice.
So you started this off, so we'll catch up on the chat before we get to our number 5.
Okay.
Yes, he is from Australia. That's the kid
yeah.
Visit.
Oh yeah. T Diamond. That was his name.
Yeah.
T Diamond.
Poser Grandparents was the original title.
It was. Thank you,
I
Dustin.
believe
Yes.
it too.
Silent House. Good choice. Poser Grandparents sounds like the best punk rock band ever. What's up, guys? We're Poser Grandparents. Put my typewritten face. It's not about the destination. It's about the journey. What is the destination? Is a blaring, blinking neon sign. Touche. Oh, what if the destination? Touche, Dice.
Yeah. Clearly, we don't care about it here.
The House from the Conjuring. 1408.
Nice.
Yes, he did. He did die on stage. He was like, oh. And the song died. Yes, House is still winning, and I'm so happy. Keep voting if you haven't voted in the poll yet, guys. Bold of you two assumes that seeing Tiny Tim perform it makes very true. The guy is very, very creepy.
He's a very odd guy.
But what's even crazier is like if you hear his real singing voice, he's got a very beautiful baritone.
It's like really low.
Deep.
Yeah.
Like he did a version of Earth Angel by the Platters. Earth Angel, Earth Angel. Yeah,
you got it. You need to work on the deep.
And then like when he gets to the end, he goes in with that like high pitch.
Yeah.
I fell for you, and it's just like really crazy to hear. It's like, God, this guy's fucking nuts. He's a performer.
So unsettling.
Total performer, man. I have not. There's a ghost show on The Haunting in Connecticut.
Really?
Yeah, I would like to check that out. The Dismembered. Let's see. So far, the most part of the movies Stephanie and Courtney mentioned we've done an episode on. So if you guys would like to check that out, all their links are in the chat and in the description. So make sure you're subscribing to the podcast so you can check these episodes out.
Heck yeah.
Absolutely.
House. Awesome fun ride. Has my vote in tonight's poll.
That's
Love
awesome.
it. Love it. We actually had that as one of our poll movies. I think that the worst thing about this movie is the fact that Daniel Radcliffe did this directly after Harry Potter. So everybody saw him still as Harry Potter when he did this role.
I feel like he nailed it though. Like
Killed it.
He proved that he's not just Harry Potter by doing this movie.
Killed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he absolutely nailed this movie. And we had such a bad experience watching this movie.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know, I am a asshole. A big old asshole. And I've been with my wife for 18 years. When I get the chance to take my wife out without our kids on a date, see a movie, don't fuck that up for me. So when I have kids talking and screaming, I will literally walk up to them and sit down and be like, well, this conversation is so goddamn important. Everybody needs to hear it. What the fuck are we talking about? They can't wait for the fucking movie to be over.
Everybody was like over those kids that were up there.
I was just getting pissed.
Because it was PG-13, like mom and dad just dropped all like this.
Oh, of course.
Off.
Yeah.
They're like, have fun.
The theater is your babysitter now.
I know.
Screaming at the top of their lungs.
Even like the movie theater, people came in and they were like, because they were being annoying, they're like, man the fuck up.
He was like, it's so scary. He was like, man up or leave.
Yeah.
I was like,
good. Wow.
Again, like people hate me at movie theaters.
Well, that's we try like we don't go and see like PG-13 movies anymore because of
if
that.
If a PG-13 horror movie comes out, we go to like the noon showing, so we know nobody's there.
We're like the old ass people now.
Yeah. Very long answer. We very much like that movie, Bronson.
Yes.
I thought it was very well. It had an amazing ending. Daniel Radcliffe did a great job.
Yeah, this is another movie that was
were really good.
Super dark.
Yes, we like that movie a lot. Eddie Murphy's Haunted Mansion. Funny story. No.
Hell no.
My grandma would have literally murdered me if I brought a Ouija board home. Grandma Penny?
Yeah.
No, not a chance.
No, that shit just scares me. I am trying to bring some supernatural shit into my life. No, thank you.
Like
I'm not opening a portal. I'm good.
No.
It's a Hasbro. It's like playing Monopoly. It's Hasbro.
Okay.
But I remember I talked about a Ouija board one time. My Grandpa Penny was literally like, fuck you say? She's like, absolutely not. Okay, love you.
Yeah.
So again, very long answer to a short answer. No.
Heck no.
Scary Movie 2, we mean doesn't deserve it. That movie's fantastic. Love that movie. Yeah, I do. I really do like Scary Movie 2. It's Ma or Nothing. Ma, that fucking movie. I will say Octavia Spencer crushed that role.
Yeah.
Crushed the role. Wasn't a fan of the film. So now we are up to number 5. We're halfway through the list, and that'll be Stephanie starting us off.
Number 5 is The Grudge. That sound that she makes.
What was that sound again? What?
Ken, can you do that?
That's it.
It's that one. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So you go right from that into Tiny Tim. You'd be like, oh!
No.
Okay. Well, that's never going to happen ever again. So thank you so much for that. You'd be like, oh, Stephanie left? Yeah, she's gone. Okay. It was echoing too much in her ears. She left.
She's clocked out.
Laptop slam closed. So the climbing down the stairs, just everything, just that movie is so creepy. And I just, no. There's so many times in the movie that I'm like, can you just leave the house, get on your bicycle, get the fuck out? Like, why do you keep going back to this house? You know what? This job's just not for me. So sorry. I gotta go. But no, she keeps going back.
I know.
Right.
Ugh,
crazy.
Drives me crazy.
No, it's I love that movie. I really do. I like the first Grudge movie a lot. It's really, really good. One of the scariest moments of the whole movie is when the sister's on the elevator, and on every floor you see the boy outside of the elevator.
Oh my gosh.
Every single floor. Love that shot. It's an iconic shot for me.
Well, and then when she answers the phone and that creepy ass sound is in the phone, and I'm like, just no.
It's the sounds. This is definitely the sounds in that movie.
Yeah. Very uneasy.
For sure.
Yep. All right, cool. What about Courtney? What about your number 5?
My number 5 is Paranormal Activity.
Okay.
As much as I don't do paranormal, I do appreciate the fact. See, paranormal doesn't really do anything for me. I feel like I don't know. I'm not scared by it. It's like it's not whatever. But this is a good movie, and it shows. I think it's the fact that they have the camera, and it's shooting in one like area of the house, like in the bedroom, and it has literally all of the shots taken from that camera, and you see like
your
people being pulled on the
surroundings.
door and stuff. It's pretty creepy.
Totally.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
And it's one of those movies that really the marketing of if you guys remember, the trailer for that movie was literally people in the theater just screaming at the movie.
It was.
Like, that was the trailer for the movie. Was people at the screening being scared, like Paranormal Activity. What happens? Who fucking knows? But these people were scared. So you
need to watch it.
Right. It was like I remember watching the trailer, like, what is this?
Like, what's going on here? I must watch it. I mean, it worked, right? You went and
we went and seen it. We were like,
you're enticed by it for sure. Yeah.
Like, what were they?
You're like, am I going to feel that way?
Were they jumping at the door opening, or you know, the
because once you watch the movie, you're like, what were you screaming about?
Right.
Like, why were you screaming?
Like, yes, it's creepy, but like, I don't.
Why did you scream?
Yeah, why were you screaming? They're like, the door's opening.
So my number 5. They're here. Poltergeist. Again, a movie that Toby Hooper's Poltergeist, not Steven Spielberg's. It's just one of those movies that that's just a little, I made a jab about that earlier about Candyman being Nia DaCosta's movie, not Jordan Peele, and how it's the same thing with Poltergeist. It's a Toby Hooper movie, not a Steven Spielberg. So I'm sorry. I really love Poltergeist. I get to watch Coach smoke weed in that movie. The remote fight when they're fighting for the TV remote, that's great. But the practical effects in this movie, one of my favorite one-shots in all of film history, when she walks away from the kitchen, she gets in the drawer and then she turns around and all the chairs are stacked on the table. Like that one shot is so fucking brilliant. Like it's just one of those, every time I watch it, I'm like, that is such an amazing shot. The way they did that.
The CGI isn't great.
No, the moments that do have
like
CGI
the stuff in the room, like doesn't look good.
But the comedy lands. The scary moments are very scary. The heartbreaking moments are very heartbreaking.
Yeah.
When she's outside the room and she's like, I just want my daughter back. You're like, I feel that. Like I feel that shit. So number 5 for me, Poltergeist.
All right. Go ahead. You can call me a poser.
Fucking poser.
It's not Poltergeist, it's Ouija Origins of Evil.
Never mind. You're not a poser.
Well, you already said it, so you said it first, so that makes me a poser, I guess.
Whatever, poser.
Anyways, I mean, you pretty much said everything about it, but I feel like Mike Flanagan, he just can tell a story. Like the original Ouija movie, it did so bad. Rotten Tomatoes, I think it almost got like a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. Like
really,
yeah. And this one on Rotten Tomatoes got like close to 100. So he completely like flipped it, which is amazing. And there's a lot of scary moments. Like he said, Doug Jones is like the evil doctor guy that like, I don't know what he does. When she's like in the mirror and he like puts his whole fist down her throat, like that looks so good and so creepy. There's just so many creepy like spots in this movie. I don't know. I love it. It's really good. Yeah. So
I don't think we haven't seen that.
We haven't seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, you should really watch it. And there's a really good twist too. Have you seen the original one? No. Okay. So yeah, there's a twist that kind of like ties the two together. So
interesting. Okay.
Well, I guess we have to watch them back to back then.
I guess it's going on our list.
But the Ouija is not great. It's not. But the Ouija Origins of Evil is. And I think it's mostly because of Mike Flanagan. He, like I said, he definitely knows how to tell a story. Yeah. So that's my number 5. Did everybody do their number 5s?
I think you were the last one. Yeah.
Okay. Well, since Ken just left,
he just bailed out. Really, is what happened.
I know. He was just
so rude. Really.
100%.
You were gone a while.
I had to find it. That was Tiny Tim. All right.
Oh, I thought I was. No, you're going the wrong
No,
way.
you're going the wrong way.
I was?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess that's why I don't control it.
I used to try to use it as a kid repeatedly. Can't say anything happened. Yeah, see, exactly. Ouija boards aren't real. I meant mature. Oh, she didn't mean the movie Ma. She's like, yeah, fuck Ma. I meant TVMA. This is mature. My bad, Dice.
All I know is you better not bring an Ouija board home.
Oh wow!
Accepted.
I feel like that was a threat.
I know.
It's even worse when it's your kids, Calvin. It's even worse when it's your own. And I'm like, motherfuckers, you know how I feel about this.
Wait, I didn't read it.
Xavier and his nephews were laughing too loud at Top Gun.
Oh.
Ghost Story 1981. All right. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan either. I appreciate Micah is a huge douche. I appreciate what Paranormal Activity did, but
you're like, I really appreciate it. Mike is a
well, he is. He's a douchebag. Like they connect together. The main guy,
yeah,
tool bag.
He is.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, worst.
The paranormal stuff is the only thing that scares me anymore. Haunted houses, demon stuff, possessed children, all freak me out.
Mm-hmm.
I need to watch The Dark and the Wicked. The Black Phone. Mm-hmm. Poltergeist, the original, still one of my favorite movies of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Not even my favorite in the franchise, but much respect, my friend. This house is clean.
Tangina.
Oh, Tangina.
I love Tangina. She's so awesome.
You don't need Carol Ann.
Carol
Ann. The Tale of Two Sisters. Yeah, it's definitely, but that's the same one as The Uninvited. That's the original. The Uninvited is the remake of The Tale of Two Sisters. Very good movie. House is winning at 34%, y'all. Look, we're not going to see that one coming. Johnny Depp is Gomez. Oh, I could see that. I don't think Tim Curry could do acting really at all anymore, unfortunately. I think he's he's too far down.
Health is really
his
bad.
Health is so bad.
Yeah.
And
poor guy.
It's unfortunate, but I actually liked the parents in Wednesday. I thought they were good.
Yeah, they did good.
I remember I had someone get so mad at me because I was like, they look great. And he's like, you think that guy, Luis, looks good as Gomez? And I was like, have you ever seen the original Gomez from the cartoons?
He looks
dense
just
fuck?
like him. Yeah.
Gomez isn't Mexican. I was like, what's his first name again? Gomez? Oh, okay, cool. I'm sorry that you only seen the one that McDonald's promoted, you broke dick.
So passionate.
It just makes me mad. Like, that's one thing that'll really get under my fucking skin when people start talking about woke.
Yeah,
I'll get super fucking angry. Gomez isn't Mexican.
His name's Gomez, guys.
Go watch the original cartoon again and then come back and talk to me.
Yeah,
you fucking dolt. The Sixth Sense is a great film.
It is. Sixth Sense is a good film.
Oh yeah, please follow them. They are fucking phenomenal. Ash and I are so excited. Like, I literally we filmed my first movie, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago is when we filmed it. And right after, like, I was right away like, yo, we got to work together again. Like, Ashley wants to meet you guys. We want to work
together. We felt
together.
the same way.
Oh yeah.
As soon as you were recording, you were like, that was good. We got to do that again.
Yeah. So like, it was like right away, like simultaneously, like we got to have these ladies back on. They're fucking phenomenal. All right, everyone, gonna watch House and never seen it. Finish up the live tomorrow. Danny, House is on Amazon Prime. Finish the live tomorrow. Enjoy the movie, buddy. It's my favorite. Spoilers.
It's not about the destination.
It's not about the journey.
Oh,
Ashley.
yeah.
Wait, no, you're right. It's not about the destination, it's about the journey. I want to go home.
I don't even know what it's about anymore.
Would you trust someone like Tangina? Yes, as a matter of fact, I would.
I would.
The little lady in Poltergeist, yes, for sure.
When Tangina is like bossing them all around, I'd be like, whatever you say.
I know.
I believe her. Everything.
He's trying to have her read his mind, and he's like, I answered with my mind. She's like, I heard you. And I was like, Tangina?
Like, I'm not playing your games, boy.
Yes. So we were at number 4, and that'll be Courtney starting us off.
My number 4 is 13 Ghosts.
Nice.
I liked the house itself. It was very pretty. I would not live in it because it's full of glass.
Very exposed. Very exposed.
I don't want to be exposed. There were no curtains.
No, none.
but it was really cool. I liked that was like that mechanical thing that they had going in the movie too.
The house
that was
is living.
Really cool.
Yeah.
And then each of the ghosts had different personalities and things like that. So I thoroughly enjoyed that movie.
That's a good one.
You know, the twist really got me in that movie, like who the withered bride was. And that the uncle wasn't. There was a lot of good twists and turns throughout that movie. So I completely understand what you're saying.
And the makeup was great too. Like the way they did each ghost, like they all looked great. Like it was, they were all creepy. Costume makeup was awesome in that movie too.
Yeah.
I saw boobies. That's all little Kenny cared about. Like they're cut up. I was like, they're boobies.
We don't care if they're cut up.
I don't care. I got to see boobies, and I'm 12. Real quick, I love your choice. That was your number 4, correct?
Correct.
Real quick, not just horror is here. And I'm not going to say anything, Dee. This is our friend Danae.
Hi, Dee.
Something very special is happening in Dee's life right now. And Danae, we love you. We're happy for you. We're excited for you. And I can't wait until we can share your amazing news with everybody. So, Asher and I love you. We're here for you, and we're very happy for you. Before you left, I just wanted to say hello. So sorry, I just had to get that in there real quick because she's a good friend of ours and amazing things are happening for her right now. So my number 4 is the Cheater Pumpkin Eater I talked about. And that is the John Cusack 1408. While it's not a haunted house, it is a haunted motel.
Yeah.
And you want to talk about a movie that made me fucking cry? That's 1408.
Yeah.
When for those of you that haven't seen it, his daughter died of cancer. And there's a part in the movie where he's in the haunted hotel room and his daughter comes back and she's like, they're gonna take me again, Daddy. Don't let them take me. He's like, I won't let them take you. I won't let them take you. And then he squeezes and she turns to ash. And he's just like, you can't take her twice. And like John Cusack, one of his best performances.
It's such a mind trip, that whole movie. It's a whole head trip.
I literally like audibly screamed at the part where he's like,
cat.
Well, yeah, the cat too got me. Actually, I don't know why this.
She was so hungover.
I was very hungover. It was like my 18th birthday, so clearly I was drinking underage. But
your mom's watching like, I fucking knew it.
I know.
Knew it.
It was at her house.
Right.
Like she didn't know.
That doesn't mean she was condoning it.
I know. But yeah, like he was like, you want to go see this? And I was so sick. And like, yeah, everything. Maybe it was amped up because of that, but I don't know. The part where he's like trying to get back into the hotel and that lady's there. Yes, with the hammer. That I like literally screamed in the theater.
This is one of those movies where the alternate ending and the theatrical ending are both so fucking impactful. Yeah. Like each one is impactful, and I'm going to spoil things here, guys. So in the theatrical ending, they're going through the tapes from the motel, and you hear his daughter on the tape, and he's looking over at his wife, and she's hearing the daughter too, and she starts crying, and that's where the movie ends. Well, in the unrated ending, Cusack dies.
Yeah, and he's like all burnt in the back of the.
And they go to the funeral. And he tries to give the wife the tapes, and she doesn't want him. And he goes back and he sits in the car, and he starts playing the tape. Samuel Jackson does.
Yeah, and then he sees him.
And then he sees John Cusack all burned up in the rearview mirror, and he turns around real quick, and there's nothing there. Yeah, and that's how the movie ends. So like they're both fantastic. Like that's one of those movies where like sometimes I'm like, man, I'm telling you right now, this is the movie for me. Like this is the one.
Yeah, but like how hard would it be to choose like which one do we end it on?
I know,
you know, because they're both good.
Emotional.
Yeah,
awesome. You know, like and what this movie really is it's based off of Stephen King's short story. For those of you that didn't know, and it really is like the 7 layers of hell.
It is.
It's Dante's Inferno is what it is, and how he's going through the different layers of hell, and it's super, super heartbreaking when you do get out and you hear his daughter on that tape, and she's like, "They're gonna take me again, Daddy," and you know he's there, and now he really knows that he's not crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that fucking movie. Such a good movie.
Mhm.
So, my number 4 is 1408, the underrated John Cusack film.
Nice. My number 4 is Woman in Black. Again, this movie.
Wow, you got that up pretty high.
I really enjoyed the movie,
Yeah.
even with the bad experience that we had at the theater. Like watching it at home, like it's very scary. It's very dark. There's so much tension and like suspensefulness that you don't really know like what's going on because he doesn't live in that house, and like he's finding all these like creepy things.
He's there to close on the house.
Yeah, he's like from the son that had passed away or had drowned in the lake or whatever. And like the woman in black, she's just so creepy looking. And yeah. And even like the townspeople, like they hated her because they feel like all the children.
Well, they were mad at Daniel Radcliffe. Like, you're gonna bring her back. Like, you're gonna go back out to that house.
And there's the part where the little girls
at the very beginning, they kill themselves. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and then the one girls drink poison, and they're like, "You're bringing the curse back onto us." And Daniel Radcliffe is like, "I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to get rid of this house.
I just want to go home and see my kid."
Right.
And then
the end is so emotional. Like you think one thing's gonna happen, and then something completely different happens.
Oh no, cheerio! We need to go to platform 6.5 or whatever it was. He who shall not be named.
It's 9 3/4 or something like that.
Whatever, nerd. All right, so Stephanie, you want to give us your number 4?
My number 4 is Sixth Sense. That movie I just think is fantastic. It's just such a freaking good movie. And just to talk about Donnie Wahlberg for a hot minute and how amazing he is in that in the beginning.
You don't know that it's John.
It doesn't even look like him.
No, at all.
Unreal. But like he's in this very small scene in the beginning and he is amazing in it. Like he's sobbing and it's unreal how good he is. And then the movie is just amazing and emotional and like creepy as fuck. And like, how do you not cry at parts 2? It's just, it kind of has everything of like an emotional roller coaster in like one movie. And then of course a super crazy twist ending, which was like at the time it came out, mind blowing. So it's just a killer movie.
The worst part about that movie is the ending. And I don't mean that as in the ending is bad. I mean it in that the ending is so fucking good that it takes away from how great the rest of the movie is. Toni Collette's performance in the car when she's talking about her mom.
I love Toni Collette too.
Sobbing. So we did this for one. Toni Collette is, I mean, a rock star. She is a queen.
She is like the best horror mom ever.
She really is.
Hereditary.
Hereditary.
Her performances are so powerful. And when
she was even great. Movie, she was one of the best parts in the Fright Night remake.
Yeah,
she played the mom in the Fright Night remake.
She's a queen. It's unreal.
She is.
But that whole car scene, like I had seen this movie years ago, and then watching it as an adult, and we watched it for one of our episodes, and when he's telling her all this stuff and how he sees and talking about, oh my God, I talked to your mom and grandma, sobbing. I am beside myself. Oh, she's proud of you every day. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. I'm done. Haley, don't husband you. Shut the fuck up. It was too.
That
too
part
much.
was so emotional.
Yes.
We didn't see that coming. We didn't see that coming episode on that movie.
Yeah,
a
and
couple
just
months ago.
talking about,
and we were getting teary-eyed talking about
it. Yes.
With just the way the Toni Collette when she breaks and she's like, "Do I make
you
her
proud?"
Oh God!
Yes,
so
you
horrible.
do.
Every day. Stop it!
Yeah.
Stop it! Oh
yes.
But the thing about that movie is like, you talk about the ending, you know, the I see dead people and all that stuff, and how great that is. But like, there's moments in this movie that are so fucking good. Like, come on. I'll show you where my dad hides his gun.
And then
fucking back of his head is blowing up.
Or like the little girl
Misha Barton puking in the tent.
Yes.
And she like gives the dad
that's another part. Like when the dad is watching the video
and like
when he's crying.
Oh my gosh.
The mom is killing the little girl.
Murdered their daughter.
Yes.
Yes.
And he just looks at her like you fucking bitch.
Because the younger
too,
daughter,
and she's wearing that red dress at the funeral, and everybody else is wearing black. So like just that in itself is so emotional. And then when he turns to her and she's just framed by all the guests, and she's just it's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Well, because they say at the beginning that the younger sister's starting to not feel
now
good
she's
now.
starting getting sick,
And that's why this girl wanted to save her little sister.
And when he goes and talks to her and like tells the
Your
little
sister wanted you to have this.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
On the
so
swing together.
so much emotion.
So and like another scene that really got to me and it always freaked me out is when they're in the school and he's looking down and he keeps looking over and you see the people that are hanging
in the hallway.
Oh my gosh,
right there.
yes.
Yes, like that's another scene where it's just like God. Again, The Sixth Sense was ruined by the ending, and again, it's ruined by the ending because the ending is so good that's all people talk about.
And you kind of forget about the rest of the
Like,
stuff.
we talked earlier about how the visit.
And the hair that stands on the back of your neck, like even that explanation in itself is so uncomfortable. It's like,
Well,
you know,
the
when
way
that hairs.
It's the way he says it. Like when
Yes.
he has, and he talks so
His
calmly.
innocent delivery. Yes.
Yes.
We talked earlier about how the visit has no rewatchability, in my opinion. The Sixth Sense has so much rewatchability because you go deep into the color red. You look at all the
and you're
different
looking
things
for things.
Yes.
Well, even like when she's looking at his baby pictures and there's all those like little orbs around, like you find something new every time you watch it.
Fantastic fucking movie.
Yeah,
it's
for sure.
We will catch up on the chat real quick before we go to our number 3. We are almost to our bronze medal, guys. We got the Amityville House. Ooh, Calvin says I'm going to watch House after this. Yes. We are spreading the love. Raul Julia is just to Gomez what Michael Keaton is to Batman. Again, Raul.
Yeah.
That's not Raul. It's not Paul. Raul. Okay, it's Raul, guys.
Raul.
Tangina, move out of my way. Yes, ma'am. My fucking bad, ma'am.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's exactly how I be.
Right. There it is, Poltergeist, Carol Ann. Now, I do want to say this. Poltergeist was my number 5. My favorite Poltergeist movie is Poltergeist 3. That's my favorite in the franchise.
My favorite.
That is more of I wanted to put 1 on because that's a genuine haunted house story.
Yeah.
Where 3 is more of like a haunted like apartment complex and all. Yeah, that's why I put 1 on here. I should have put 3. Now that I'm thinking about it, I should have put 3. The Haunting, very good movie. The Innocents, that's a good choice. That's a really good choice, Robin. Holy shit, that's a great movie. Yes. Again, we can't wait till we can tell everybody in the world.
Heck yeah.
Hey, Ashton's here.
Hey,
What's up, buddy? Miss you, man. How about Apartment 143? I've never seen that one. All right. Robin followed you guys and subscribed. Thank you, Robin.
Thanks,
we
Robin.
appreciate that, man. Spread the love, man. We appreciate it. Number 4, The Dark and the Wicked. Yeah. We'll talk about that movie next week. I promise. We'll talk about that movie. Ozzy Osbourne is known as the Prince of Darkness. There is a movie called The Prince of Darkness. Yes, it's a John Carpenter film, and it has Dr. Loomis in it. He's the main character in it. But he does not shoot anybody 6 times, however. And a strange twist. Dude, Ben, me too. I was so excited to see this movie. Remember Winchester? About the rifle company and the old lady? It looked so good, but the movie was so bad.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I had such high hopes for that movie.
Yes.
Okay. What do you call a bad noodle?
Really, Tatum?
What do you call a bad noodle?
A wet noodle?
An impasta?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Very appropriate. It's very appropriate.
Listen, I love dad jokes. The Amityville Horror remake. Yes, I do like the remake a little more. What Lies Beneath. Yes, that's such a good movie, Dice. Oh, you got to rewatch that one, Calvin. Watch Prince of Darkness today. It holds up. Maybe I need to rewatch What Lies Beneath. It's so good, man. It's so good. Like on a rewatch, very much holds up. Red signals death in The Sixth Sense. House is still up at 32. Yes, Haley Joel Osment turned down the role of Anakin Skywalker because he was doing The Sixth Sense. I think he made the right choice.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Same.
Mhm.
Yeah.
With that. I have to do that every time. William Catt is also in Greatest American Hero, one of the best theme songs ever. He was also in Carrie. And in August, we'll be meeting him. And I am so fucking excited.
Yeah.
So excited.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be so nervous meeting him. Like I'm gonna be shaking
I
meeting
know.
him.
It might be worse than Devin Sawa.
It's gonna be for sure. I'm gonna be like, I'm sorry that bucket fell on your head and Carrie. I'm gonna run away.
You're gonna be profusely sweating, like
Right.
hyperventilating.
All right, so
Who's this weird guy?
Right. Can we get him
He
out of
seems
here?
like a poser. Get him out of here.
Yeah.
Can someone get this poser out of here?
Oh, I'm totally telling him you're a poser.
Hi, this is my husband. He's a poser.
This is my husband. He's a poser.
All right, guys. So we are now at our number 3. Real quick, what did the horse say after it tripped?
Oh boy.
Help! I've fallen and I can't giddy up.
Okay, we're done with those now.
I actually kind of liked that one.
Oh, of course you did. Stephanie would. She would love that. Yeah.
He was going through dad jokes last night on our walk with our daughter, and she was like, "Please stop." She was like, "You are not funny."
Right. What would bears be without bees?
Bare knees.
They would be ears.
Oh.
Okay.
Stop.
Okay.
No.
All right.
No.
Get it? Because you take the bee out. So you
I
eat
get it.
I think we get it. Yeah, we got it. Yeah.
Everybody's following along.
We get it. Thanks.
We are up to number 3. Here's Johnny, The Shining. Reading the book, all I see is Jack Nicholson. That's how well he played the part.
He was born for that part.
Yeah.
So
like
good.
usually I could separate the two when I'm reading a book. I can, create my own story along with the book. Even when I read like The Mist, I didn't see the guy that played David.
Yeah.
I could create my own type of character. But when I'm watching or when I'm reading The Shining, all I see is Jack Nicholson. And there's so many, I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash your fucking brains. That's so fucking good. The old lady, the naked woman scene, the twins, like you said, the blood elevator.
Yeah, it's just iconic. It's an iconic movie.
Little moments, like there's a moment at the beginning of the film, like in maybe the end of the first act, where he's just staring out the window with like the blank stare, and the camera does the slow zoom on his face. He never breaks that nasty stare, and it's just like, holy shit! It's such a great movie. And I'm such a huge fan. It's one of the few where I have such an appreciation for the film and such an appreciation for the book that like I can't differentiate the two because there's two totally different stories.
Yeah.
And I think Kubrick did a great job. Unfortunately, I believe Shelley Duvall probably should have been treated with a lot more respect on set than she was. I get that he's a method director and he was trying to get the best performance out of his actor. He could have handled it in a different way. He didn't have to. He also could have told her to flick her ash because the ash on that cigarette was just fucking ridiculous.
Start a fire.
It's a hazard, everybody. Yeah.
But, it's just there's something about that film that every time I watch it, I fall more in love with that film. It just makes you feel like you're going crazy when you're watching the movie. All work and no play make Jack a dull boy. Like it's so good. So good. So number 3, I am going with The Shining.
Okay.
What about you, my love?
My number 3 is 13 Ghosts. I mean, it's 20 years later, and I still feel like this movie holds up. It's still scary. I think all the ghosts look really good and terrifying, and I love the backstory on all of them, like how they became ghosts. I love watching that on the behind the scenes thing on the DVD. I remember watching this for the first time, and I was like,
that more than we watched the movie.
I know. I love going through them and like seeing what happened to them. I just think it's so cool.
Real quick plug. That's why you should always stick with physical media.
Yeah, for sure. But I remember watching this when I was like 12 years old, and I was by myself. My mom and my stepdad like went out somewhere, and it was dark, And I literally called her and I was like, you have to come home. Like, it terrified me. Like, I was like, no, like, I can't. You got to come home. These ghosts are in our basement, probably. So, yeah.
In our basement, probably. And I don't have the glasses, so I can't see them.
I can't see them, so they're going to kill me. Yeah. Yeah, that's what was it? What's her name? The princess,
the angry princess.
The angry princess.
Cut Up Boobies is gonna get me, Mom.
Cut Up Boobies is about to get me, I think. So please come home.
There's a dead naked lady in the basement. I need help.
If you guys haven't,
been like, "Are you on drugs?"
Yeah. Anybody that doesn't own 13 Ghosts on DVD, and it might even be on the Blu-ray. We still have the DVD. We haven't upgraded it.
Yeah.
If you go to the special features, they have a backstory on every single ghost, and it's about like
That's
a 10-minute.
cool.
Short.
It is so cool.
On each one, on how they became the ghosts and what they went through, and it's fucking phenomenal. I can't recommend it enough. Like I said, we watch that more than we watch the actual film.
Yeah.
And I believe that it's on YouTube. You can go to YouTube and you can search 13 Ghost backstories.
Yeah,
it's all one video where you can just watch the whole thing, and it's super dope.
Cool.
Like it's like I said, we sat around watching those all the time when we were first getting together, and like, wow, this is so fucking dope. I love this. So good choice. Mine was a little lower, but you did a good job.
Still, I feel like it was a backhand compliment, but I'll take it.
Backhand compliment, Ken, so I'll give you a backhand. How about you, Steph? What's your number 3?
Okay, you guys are going to judge it, but let me explain before you attack me. So my number 3 is Paranormal Activity, because I watched this movie before we were doing our podcast when I would adamantly refuse to watch scary movies. And I agreed to watch this with my husband, and it freaked me the hell out because of the whole camera angles. And then Micah, who very much deserved to get thrown across the room at the end, but still, like, he comes out of nowhere and he gets thrown at us. And then it's so unsettling. And to just hear things and not be able to see things and to watch her, like, throughout the night, just stand up and be standing there watching him sleep for hours, wake up in the morning and have no idea any of it happened to her. And it's like, it's so unsettling to watch it, to be like, how is it possible all this messed up shit has happened to her and she has no idea? She finds a picture of herself in the attic. Like, it's so uncomfortable to watch. And then the end freaked me out when he gets thrown across the room. But it just was very uneasy for me to watch.
You were a screamer, weren't you, Steph?
I yell at even still, I yell at the TV. I shout at people. I get up and I'm like, nope, fuck this, fuck you, nope, and I pace.
My grandpa.
I'm a clapper.
When you talk about yelling, when you talk about yelling, like my grandpa was telling me the story about when he was there for the Titanic, and people were getting on, and he was yelling at him, "Don't get on the boat; it's gonna sink. Don't get on that boat; it's gonna sink." And it continued until they came in and asked him to leave the theater because he was ruining the movie for everybody.
Okay, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate you.
She finally has had enough. She's had enough.
I reached my limit. Okay?
What happened?
I'm surprised we got to 3, but I mean, Jesus.
Oh
my God, what a gullible moment. Jesus, Ken, I can't.
They're like, I'm just saying, like,
your
gosh.
grandpa? Oh, the movie, goddammit!
I'm like, I swear, in my head, I'm like trying to add this shit up, and I'm like, his grandpa? Okay, I don't know. I don't want to judge anything, but then I'm like, well, fuck me. Great.
Okay. That's fucking awesome. So, how about you, Courtney? What's your number 3?
My number 3 is The Shining as well. And I feel like we've already kind of divulged everything and we've talked about it. So, I mean,
it's a good one. It's a good choice.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
I mean,
for sure.
I
it's one
I
of
don't
those.
know what else to
It's
say
iconic.
that you haven't said already.
It's such a good movie.
So, I mean, look at all the things that have borrowed. How many times have you seen the "Here's Johnny" thing?
Oh yeah.
Even South Park
memes and all kinds of stuff.
There's a South Park episode.
The Red Rum thing.
There's a South Park episode that ends with Stan's dad being frozen like Jack Nicholson at the end of The Shining.
Yeah.
And like I'm like, that's fucking brilliant. I love that.
Yeah.
So we'll catch up on the chat real quick. The Italian version, the Impasta grandparents. Oh, it's fucking awesome. Number 3, House, Ken's favorite movie. Shout out to you for recommending it a while back. I will recommend that to anybody as long as I live. I agree. I talked about it a little bit. He should have treated her better.
Yeah.
Should have treated her with more respect. I understand what he was trying to do, but he went about it the wrong way. She's a human being. So,
Sure.
Yep, the Kubrick stare. The ash added the overall tension of the movie. It was on purpose. It's the little things. Dude, I'm telling you, yeah, like with the ash on the cigarette, it totally did because people still talk about it. 3 is Poltergeist. The first time I saw it, I was really young, and it definitely scared me for sure. 13 Ghosts, the 01 remake. Yeah, 13 Ghosts is it's a phenomenal film.
Yeah, it is.
The original is really good too. For those of you that haven't seen the original 13 Ghosts from the 60s, very good movie. Very good movie. No, we will not be doing a versus on it. We have people that ask us. They are way too different.
They are.
The Changeling, 1980. Very good choice. We talked about that a little earlier. Oh, that's dope. That's so dope.
That is.
Oh,
awesome.
dude, Calvin, make sure you check it out. Yes.
The good old days from Blockbuster.
Yeah. Tatum, make sure you guys check out the ghost backstories on YouTube. I think you guys will really, really like it.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites. Yeah.
Stephanie, you should watch Ghost Watch. It's on Tubi right now. So if you're into paranormal activity, you should check that out. Thankfully, my reaction to jump scares isn't screaming or anything, more offended cursing. That's me.
I need some of that too. Yeah.
That's for sure.
Right.
Yeah, I do that too.
Yeah, you scream though.
I do. I scream,
Yeah.
and I feel like I intensify your scare because I'll be like screaming, and then
And
he's
I'm
like,
like,
yeah. He's like, I jumped because you screamed.
Right. This film is evil. I have to leave it with the church. Me. Score. Great dice. Yes, there's the Simpsons that had the Shining scene. Again, when you can have a movie that's that impactful, you're doing something right.
Sure.
Poltergeist, I resent anyone that says the Hooper didn't or couldn't have directed it. I'm telling you, man. Like I said, we were just talking about this earlier in our live. We were talking about how Candyman from 2021 was like Jordan Peele's Candyman, but it's not. It's Nia DaCosta's. Jordan Peele is a producer on the film.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing with Poltergeist. Like Steven Spielberg's a producer on the film, but that's Tobe Hooper's film. And here's the thing. When it comes to movies like that, I understand what they're doing. When you're a normal person that isn't really big in the horror genre and you hear the name Nia DaCosta or Jordan Peele, you know, which one's going to resonate with you more? When you hear Steven Spielberg or Tobe Hooper, you know, and the studios, that's what they're doing. Oh, this is a Steven Spielberg film. Well, he produced it. It's not his film. It's a Jordan Peele film. Well, he produced it. Nia DaCosta made this film fucking beautiful. So I get why they did it, but Nia DaCosta needs her roses when it comes to Candyman because she directed the shit out of that movie. Michael Jackson's Ghost. We've talked about how that affected you before, Shaim. That's awesome. Super awesome. I believe House will win too. All right, guys, we are up now to number 2, and that will be my beautiful wife starting us off. And while you're doing this, I am going to run and grab a drink. Do you want something?
No, I still have a drink. All right, my number 2 is The Conjuring.
Which one?
The first one.
Okay.
Shout.
I mean, it's scary. Like you get these, you know, the Warners that go and they're trying to help these people that are being terrorized by these demons at the farmhouse. And like, there's just so many, like good jump scares. It's very unsettling. Camera work is great. Yeah. I mean, I feel like
it feels like everybody's affected in that family too. Because a lot of like possessions and haunted movies are like one person's the person who's kind of targeted and it's affecting everyone in the family. But the family in The Conjuring, everybody's kind of targeted in different ways. So nobody's really safe.
You care about the family too. Like they, you know, they make you care about them and you don't want anything to happen to them. And then like all these things that they're experiencing, it's creepy.
Yeah, I completely agree. So that will be Stephanie with your number 2.
My number 2 is Beetlejuice. It makes it really high on my list. I just adore that movie. We've talked about it enough, but it's just fun and I adore it.
For sure.
I get it. Like I said, we've all had it on our list. That's how impactful. I think that's the only movie that every single one of us had on their list. That's how impactful that movie is. That's fucking awesome. What about you, Courtney? What's your number 2?
My number 2 is The Grudge.
Mhm.
I thought
Nice.
it was just scary, and the noises and just all of the things. Yeah, that's it.
That one. That's it.
But yeah, like the walk, the like crawling, walking thing
Ugh,
that was
on the
going
stairs.
on, and the noises that were happening. No, I'm
Yeah.
good. But it was just
That almost sounds like a Saturday night at the Sledgehouse. Just the noises that were happening and the crawling down the stairs. I don't even know.
It's more like falling down the stairs.
falling.
The noises are
I don't
me at
know,
the bottom
it
of the
was
stairs, like,
great.
my
Yeah.
Well, when you're going or falling down the stairs, are you like walking like with your legs like in
And making that grudge noise and everything. And
Yeah.
then when you get to the bottom, are you singing that creepy song from Twin Cities?
Yeah. It's really good time there.
yeah, I can tell.
No, great choice. The Grudge, and I love Ted Raimi in that movie. How he gets his jaw ripped off,
Yeah.
like it's so good. And Ted Raimi, every time you see Ted Raimi in a movie, you're like, "Ooh, you're fucked."
I know. He
Good
always does get fucked.
Because if you guys remember, he was the boyfriend in the OG Candyman.
Yeah.
The very first boyfriend that says Candyman
Yeah.
in the mirror 5 times. That was Ted Raimi. So it's like he's always like got these little roles in horror films, but every time you see him, you're like, "Ooh, it's Ted."
You're gonna
Not gonna work out well for
Bad
you.
things are
Yeah.
about to happen.
Yeah.
Sweetheart, though. Sweetheart. One of the kindest people in the world, but he dies all the time.
It's sad.
So my number 2 is The Conjuring 2, because it's better than the first one. I love The Conjuring 2. The first Conjuring, I got taken out of that movie because it seemed like every good part that was happening we had seen in the trailer. That was one of those movies to me that, you had the hide and clap shit in the trailer. You had the girl on top of the wardrobe in the trailer. Like, all of that was in the trailer.
Yeah.
But with The
Much
Conjuring
spoiler.
2, I love the twist in it. Help me. He won't let me go. I love that shit.
Yeah.
I love when Ed Warren is playing I Can't Help Falling in Love with You by Elvis Presley. I'm like, I agree, Ed. Just keep going. Hit that C note. Oh, you got it, baby.
You know what I think about a lot is how the Warners aren't good people in like real life. Like
Yeah.
they're not really like that. I'm
Ed
like,
and Lorraine are
why?
bad
I
people.
I
They're
know.
terrible people. Mhm.
Yeah.
That sucks.
But yeah, I love The Conjuring 2. I thought it was, and I didn't expect a twist in it like we had,
Yeah.
and I thought it was really good. Real scary moments. The part with the nun where she walks behind the painting and then the fingers
Yeah.
come out and the painting comes at you. Poop Pants City. And then like the emotion that comes with it. There's a lot of real emotional sequences that come with The Conjuring 2. Like when the lightning hits the tree and it becomes that jagged edge, and Lorraine remembers that's how Ed dies. And you're just like, oh damn, oh damn, like and there's just, and even now when you watch it, there's at least 4 moments in the movie where in the background Valak is spelled out with different things, the name of the nun. And again, it's just brilliant. It's brilliant the way they do that. So I'm a huge fan of The Conjuring 2. I'm a huge fan of the Conjuring universe minus La Llorona and the Nun.
I hated the Nun.
I would have liked The Curse of La Llorona more if it didn't take place in fucking California with Velma as the lead actress. Like that kind. I was like, so wait, we're doing a Mexican folklore story.
It doesn't
with
make
Velma?
sense. Yeah.
like again, like read the room, guys.
Right.
Like that was something that really bothered me. Like at least have it a layer of authenticity, please. Like that really bummed me out. As someone that comes from Mexican background, it's like, I heard about La Llorona as a kid from Grandpa Rudy, and it's like now I gotta watch fucking Zoinks. Oh, Zoinks is La Llorona.
Yeah.
Like, I'm out.
The Nun was so disappointing too. I was so excited for the Nun, but watching the trailer for the Nun 2, I'm optimistic, but I'm kind of excited about it.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll see. See.
No.
We're cautiously optimistic.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. All right.
My number 2 is The Conjuring 2, and everybody's done their number 2. So before we get to our number 1, we will catch up on the chat. Yes.
What you didn't click it, so no one knows why you're saying
yes. Yes. Dustin.
Oh, I knew that was going to happen.
I mean, you can if
absolutely.
you want to.
Yeah.
You can if you want to.
No pressure. No pressure at all.
It's
no
a,
pressure.
it's
Yeah.
a, yeah.
It's tight.
I mean, it's just an honorable mention.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
The Shining, amazing movie and performances.
Mhm.
Why is this going so slow today? You can ignore the sequels. You better not be talking about Conjuring.
Nope.
Okay.
Beetlejuice was Stephanie's birthday episode.
Nice.
That's
It
dope.
was, yeah.
That's awesome.
The Devil's Backbone, not a house per se, but still a haunted structure. Exactly. That's what we're really going for here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not forget about Ted Raimi selling condoms at the drive-in bathroom. No Ted.
Ted Raimi.
And there it is.
Guy.
The Grudge.
The Grudge.
Yes. I agree with Tatum. Thank you guys so much for your votes. It's so dope.
Thank you.
Have to start packing up for a trip to New York City. Hey, man, have a great time.
Yeah, have a good time.
Tell your cousins that we're wishing them the best of luck. Tell them we said to break a leg. Why did that just zoom in like that?
I don't know.
I want to go home. All right. House on Haunted Hill. Good choice.
Yeah, that is a good one. 1959.
Hey, Troy just gifted a membership to Nathan. Thank you, buddy.
Thanks, Troy.
That was awesome. Thank you so much. Thanks for why is this going so slow? Thanks for keeping track of the boring poll, Tatum. Hey, Calvin, sons of bitch. You finally watched House. I hope you liked it.
Please give your honest opinion.
I'm with you, Ashley. I hated the nun. No, you do a great job. In Delirious, Eddie Murphy mentions how black people would never be seen in the haunted house movie, and then he's in the haunted house movie. Ignoring sequels. Yeah, you can just ignore the sequels. 100%. All right, guys. So we are at number 1, and that will be Stephanie starting us off.
Number 1 for me is The Conjuring 1. That movie freaked me out. It was, I mean, even though the trailer still had the clapping while they were playing the game and that dumb bitch on the armoire, all that stuff still freaked me out while watching it. They're in the basement. She's chasing her through the basement and through the walls. No, none of that is okay with me. It was very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
That's a really weird way of pronouncing house. But
what?
So
it was close. Close enough, right? Yeah.
Great choice.
Yeah, for sure.
What about you, Courtney? What's your number 1?
My number 1 is actually The Conjuring as well.
Yeah, it is.
And we didn't even plan it. Look at us.
We're so insane. Look at us.
It was a creepy movie. It just looked legit. I mean, we've already talked about it, but it was the games and the armoire. That was a lot.
Oh,
that was, and I know that was like one of the biggest jump scares in the entire movie, and it was already in the trailer, but it was good. It played well.
Sure.
Here's what's funny. The part that got me the most in that movie is when Lorraine is looking at Ed and the camera cuts to Ed and there's nothing. Then it cuts back to Lorraine.
Yeah.
Then it cuts to Ed and the feet are behind it.
Dangling behind her. Yes.
That one got me. I was like,
my whole thing is why are we going in a dark basement? Like, no, don't go down there.
Don't go down there.
Don't do it.
No.
When you see Bathsheba, when Ed's like, Bathsheba, she's like, ah. I was like, so my number 1.
Oh, I wish we. Please tell us. Please tell us.
This may come as a surprise.
What is it?
What's your number 1? What is it?
The Conjuring, the first one. The House, obviously.
What?
I know. So crazy.
Poser, I had that. I had the poser.
The thing about this movie, this was the first horror movie I ever watched. This movie is so special to me. Me and my grandmother would watch this movie every day. We would literally play house. Like, we would go to the closet and be like, all right, we're going to open it at exactly 12 o'clock. And then we'd open the closet and act like the monster was coming out, and we'd run around. And
oh my
gosh. You guys haven't seen House, have you?
No.
Okay, well, I'm not going to spoil it. This movie has a great twist to it. And this movie has everything. It's a love story. It's a horror story. It's a genuine comedy. It's a Vietnam War story. It's a missing child story. It's a detective story. It has everything going for it. And when you get to the end, you're just like, I should have guessed this was going to happen, you know. But like the way that the movie plays out,
It's about the journey, right?
Right. Thank
Full
you.
circle. Well done, Courtney. Well
like
done.
the non-spoiler
Wait, I
synopsis.
thought you always tell me it's not about the journey.
It's about the journey, not the destination.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The non-spoiler synopsis: Roger Cobb, played by William Catt, who we'll get to meet in a couple months. He's a writer, and his son is missing, and his aunt has passed away, and he moves back into the house where his son went missing, and crazy things start to happen in the house, and he starts to realize that his son may be closer to him than he realizes.
Ooh.
So,
well, now they don't even have to watch it.
What?
I think we're good.
They're good. They're good.
False. Yeah, and it's one of those movies that like I just watched it again the other day.
You did.
And like I
fell asleep. I
fucking love this movie. Like it's like a comfort movie. Like I could put this movie on. I could watch this movie
to go to sleep
once a week easily. And never, to me, like my top 3 movies that I could never get bored watching, I could watch them every day for the rest of my life, would be House, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, and my all-time favorite movie,
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
But you're on an island and you can only take one. Which one are you taking?
Ooh.
And I can only take one. House is my number one. What's your number one, Ash? We're up to you.
So you're choosing House?
Back to the Future.
I don't think he wants to answer
Back
the question.
to the future.
It's Back to the Future. Back to the Future is my all-time favorite movie. It's fucking perfect. I always say that Pee-wee's Big Adventure is the perfect movie, and I believe that. If Back to the Future had some element of horror to it, I think that would be the most like perfect movie. Pee-wee's Big Adventure has a couple horror scenes in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a love story. It's a comedy. Like it has everything, and it's all done so well. It's got a great villain in Francis. You know, like it's so quotable. It's memorable. Pee-wee's Big Adventure is fucking perfect, but Back to the Future is it edges it out by just a little bit as my favorite movie of all time. You know, it's just you're probably not ready for that, but your kids are gonna love it. You know? Go, Johnny.
Yep. Okay.
Want to go home?
All right. So my turn, right?
Yep. You're number one.
My number one is Poltergeist.
Okay.
Yeah, I love this entire franchise, honestly. And like you said, the third one is actually my favorite, but I feel like this one is actually where it started. It was in the house, you know, they're on top of the Indian, what do you call it? The
burial ground.
Burial ground. Yeah. And just the family dynamics, you know, like it feels like it's relatable.
Yeah.
The mom and dad are in there. They're like rolling, you know, they're smoking pot.
We would totally hang out with that mom and dad.
We totally would. And they're like, you know, they're like wrestling around and, you know, and then the kid comes in and they're like, hey, champ, you know, and he has to.
Oh, that's what they're trying to smash.
Yeah.
They're trying to smash.
And he's like, hey, champ, you know, it's
hey,
like,
champ, I don't have a boner. Let's go put you to bed.
It's like, you know, the little cock block walks in and
story of our life.
And yeah, it's just Carol Ann, she's so cute in it. Like maybe the kid actors aren't the greatest in this one.
Heather O'Rourke did not give her best performance.
Well,
in this
she was
film.
so little and she's so cute. Like you look past that.
Of course.
But the brother, it seems like he's smiling all the time.
We just filmed a Versus episode on this, and there's a moment in the OG. Our Versus episode of this will be out next month, where they're wiping after Carol Ann comes out of the portal. They're cleaning her in the bathtub, and she can't stop smiling.
Yeah, and her eyes are like flickering. Like she just wants to open them so bad, but she's so cute. It's like, so.
But you watch the transformation, like the growth.
Oh, between her and like the third one?
Yeah. Heather O'Rourke in the third one is a fuck.
Even though it's so sad what happened to, she lost her life at such a young age, and she was so puffy in the third one because she was on so many steroids. But yeah, like her acting,
she died from a medical misdiagnosis.
It's sad. It's horrible.
Like
so
if you
sad.
guys haven't, there's this thing on Shudder called Cursed Films, and they do a really deep dive into Poltergeist 3 and like the type of young woman that Heather was. She goes to the director, and she's like, I think I'm going to hang out with you a lot because I'm going to be a director when I get older.
Yeah. And like he loved her, and it was really hard for them to finish the third one because, she passed away before they finished it, and they didn't even want to finish it.
They didn't want to.
And
they said that
the studio was like, you have to. We've already put so much money into this. You have to finish it. I don't care what you do. And so the ending, it falls flat compared to the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
But it's still my favorite in the franchise, even with that shitty ending.
And they even talk about that in the Cursed Films thing. They talk about how they didn't want to finish the movie.
Yeah.
But the studio was like, we've already put this money into it. And the director even says, he's like, if I could go back in time, I would have did a better ending for Heather.
Yeah, in honor of her.
But in this moment, I was just like, let's slap a fucking ending on it and be done with it. Because nobody wanted to be on set. They had a little body double and her little, red onesie.
Yeah.
And everybody's heartbroken. And they're like, we got to put a bow on this and get done with it. He's like, but
which
if I could,
I understand. Yeah.
Right. A 12-year-old girl just lost her life because of a medical misdiagnosis. And you want me to talk about a fucking horror movie?
Right.
Like,
right.
Yeah.
No.
It's sad. But yeah, Poltergeist is my number one. I love Poltergeist.
Yeah. Very, very, very good movie.
Yeah.
All right, so we have one left, and that is Stephanie. You want to give us your number one?
I already gave my number one.
Oh, did we all do our number ones?
Yeah, I
Well.
Look at there.
Ain't that some shit?
Yeah.
So we'll catch up on the chat real quick before we dippity dip. Come on. Oh, that is I was wrong. That is the best jump scare in the movie.
She made me do it.
Look what she made me do.
Yeah, look what she made me
when
do.
she comes
yes.
out.
Yes.
That Nathan,
Yes.
good fucking call, man.
Yeah.
That was a good call.
Yeah.
What else is? I love this. So they're talking about how black people would survive haunted houses, and Calvin says, "Truth. So far, I would survive every haunted house movie we mentioned because I would never go in them in the first place." So it's so funny because we live in Michigan, and the movie that I was in was the world premiere was in Chicago, and Calvin's like my brother. He went with us, and I was like, Calvin, we're bringing you because if shit goes down, you're going to be the first one to die, and we're going to have time to get away. Like he was like, yeah, fuck you, dude. No, I love you,
love
Calvin.
right there. That's love.
That was one. That was seriously, like I said, I had my wife with me. I had my best friend. I had my little brother. My dad showed up. Like we're watching me on the big screen in a movie theater, and it was just like the best. Besides my kids being born and marrying my wife, it was like the best. So it's like the 5th best day of my life. Out of all the days I've had, being number 5 is pretty good.
5 is pretty good. Yeah.
Hey, it's on one hand.
So like, it was amazing, and I'm sitting there, Calvin's giving me a hug, my wife's kissing me. Like it was dope, man. It was one of the coolest things. And Calvin was there for that. It's something I'll never ever forget as long as I live, man. So I love you and I appreciate you being there with us.
Heck yeah.
God damn it, Nathan. That's such a good call.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thank you everybody for following They're Terrified and Tipsy. Thank you for subscribing to their podcast.
Yes,
I promise you're not going to regret it. They are so fantastic. That was supposed to read voting poll. My bad. No, it's all good, man. We knew what you meant. Dice, I knew yours was going to be The Woman in Black because of what that movie means to you and your family and your brother. I knew it. I didn't want to say it, but yeah, I knew. Oh, good call. Castle of Blood. That you're going deep cut on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that moment in The Conjuring, I forgot about that moment. I rewatched The Conjuring like 6 months ago by myself at our little movie theater at our house, and that moment happened, and I was like, "Fuck me!" I forgot about you. So good.
Yeah.
Much like Flavor Flav, Ken is letting you know what time it is when it comes to house. Easily number 1. Big Ben scared the shit out of me as a kid. Man,
that's okay. I had it on my list.
Yeah, at least you had it on your list.
Yeah, see?
I can't get to our clips. I don't know what happened. It won't. My computer is being
now everything is like
very
super
good today.
tiny.
Tim,
Yeah, I can't read anything.
All right, well, yeah, thank you for your donation, Troy. I promise you we'll get you a clip next time, but
You
right
could
now,
sing. You could sing it.
nobody wants to hear
Ooh, baby.
that. Listen, Pee-wee definitely, the large Marge shit in Pee-wee's Big Adventure is terrifying. Like that is legit. Wait, will that work? Yes, I fixed it.
Oh my gosh.
I know, it was weird how it did that, wasn't it? All right, so because of your donation, we can now handle some shit.
I'm TS motherfucking A. We handle shit.
The large Marge scene is one of the best jump scares of all time. And then probably like they're doing the bike in Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
I can't hear you guys.
No, I can't hear you.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Sound like robots.
Beep, boop, beep, boop, boop.
Not really.
Like you're underwater.
Yeah, it's really quiet. Oh, now that they left. Bye. They left.
We're going to take it over now. So thank you.
Welcome to Their Terrified and Tipsy. This is now our podcast. So thanks so much.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, whoa. Not really.
What is going on?
Oh, you sound
A
better
little
now.
bit, yeah.
Can you hear us now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
We cannot see you.
We're getting there.
Yeah. I don't know why this is doing this tonight. This is making me crazy. We've never had this much technical difficulties before.
Yes, we
It's
have.
our electric
Not this
energy
bad.
happening right now.
Gotta be.
This is our way of taking over your show completely.
Right.
The logo is going to change
Get
really
you out of
quick
the
to
way.
these faces in the background over here.
There we go.
There you are.
There it is.
All right. Anyway, it was a night just like this is a total large Marge reference from Pee-wee's Big Adventure. There,
Yes.
that's what I was trying to say. Yeah, everybody please push that like button. Hey, no, it really was amazing. Hopefully we get to work with you guys again.
Yeah.
So much. Anytime we get to work with you guys, it'll be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
The dark gothic mansion Edward Scissorhands lives in looks kind of scary. I wish we would have gotten more time in the mansion in the movie. It reminds me of the mansion in Dark Shadows.
Mm-hmm.
See, you know I love you, buddy. Generally like my big brother, man. He really is. It's yeah. You're my dude. See, here's where everybody's talking about how we suck. Because everything, yep, it's the poser curse.
Ken wasn't such a poser.
Yeah, if I wasn't such a poser. So I do want to say one more time. We talked about it at the beginning of the stream. We talked about it in the middle, but now, guys, we are at the end of the third act. The credits are about to roll and the curtain's about to drop. But before that happens, make sure that you are subscribing to their podcast. Make sure you're following them on social media. You are going to love their content. Real quick, Troy, I have a question. Is just one of you terrified and the other tipsy?
No, both.
I think they're both tipsy.
We're both tipsy. I'm terrified.
So hey, we love all of you guys. Defrauding charlatans. How you doing? Yeah, thank you guys all so much for coming out. And like I said, when we bring people on the channel, it's because we respect them. We love them. We agree with their type of content. We agree with their integrity. That's something that Ashley and I look for a lot. It's something that we feel like if you're a content creator, it doesn't matter if you're talking to 3 people or 3 million people, you have to uphold a certain type of integrity in order for us to want to work with you. I'm not saying we're big or stars or anything, but we want to keep the right company, and we want people that have the same like-minded. You are a star. And we want people that have the same like-mindedness as us. So
yeah,
thank you guys for letting them come into your house, and hopefully they can do that more when you're listening to their podcast episodes. Hopefully soon we'll be getting a house episode from them. Because
if you want,
sounds like
if you guys want, yeah.
And I will say, House has officially won our poll. So
All right.
the next episode of Didn't See That Coming is going to be Insidious. That's already been filmed. The one after that,
I was like, wait, that's not on. Okay.
the one after that is The Dark and the Wicked, because that's already been filmed. But after that, we're going home, baby. We're going to house. So
it just said our battery's low.
Oh.
Did you hear it?
Yep, batteries are low. So thank you guys again. Please don't go anywhere, panel. We have a couple more questions for you ladies. Everybody else, thank you so much for joining in on the chat. If you have the time and if you find it necessary, like we hope you do, come back after the stream, leave a comment, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. It really helps the channel. It helps us get into YouTube's stingy little algorithm. So until next time, guys, keep talking horror.
Stay who you are.
And we'll see you guys soon.
Bye, guys.
Now we got to wait 25 minutes for the broadcast.